to be live with us on DBS Radio. I know that she can be shy, but tonight we have her. And, all the time I thought that we were actually, let me see, no, so let's continue. So we're streaming live, and we have with us already quite a number of people viewing our live program. So just want to say to you, just maintain our DBS Facebook page, and you will ensure that you will get the kind of stories that you're looking for in terms of our Lakou program. So let's say good evening to our guests. Good evening to you.
Good evening to you all.
Get closer to the mic and speak louder for us. So we need, the public needs to hear your voice.
Good evening to everyone. Good evening to Dominica and the World Extension. Good evening to my kids. I know you're all listening. Good evening, everybody.
I still need you to speak louder. Your name is?
Lisa Connor.
Your name is Nisa Corner. All right, so we have Nisa Corner, and Nisa Corner, we are working in getting everything okay in a wee while. So there are men who are remotely working on the social media with us, and so just give us a little while. But Nisa, first time on radio?
Yes.
You can speak up, Nisa. You can speak up. I'm sure you can. When the two of us are together, I know how loudly that you
Yes,
speak.
it's my first time.
Right. And still shy?
A little.
Butterflies?
A little.
You're going to give your story tonight?
I'll try my best.
You're going to give all of your story tonight?
I'll try my best.
But Nisa, you still need to talk a little louder.
I'll try my best.
That is it. That's what I want to hear from you. Are you hearing yourself from the speaker?
I did not pay attention to that.
Okay, so you just paid attention to that. Are you hearing yourself clear? Right. So if you're not, it means that you're not speaking loudly. Are you hearing me clear?
Yes, I do.
Right. So speak up. There's nothing is going to eat you, Lisa. Nothing. Huh? Because the viewers and the listeners out there would like to hear what you have to say. No, there's no rat going to eat you, no dog going to bite you, no whale is going to come from the sea and to have you in the belly. So you're going to be fine. All right. So tell us, your name is Lisa Corner. Give us your background. Where you're from.
Actually, to start off, I call myself a Caribbean girl because I only know I was born in Dominica, but I grew elsewhere.
Tell us about that.
Well, my mother is Dominican, my father is Anguillan, and after I was born, my father took me away from my mother and brought me to Anguilla to live with him. I was not legally adopted, but I was adopted by a Kittian family who take care of me. So that means from one country to another.
Oh, okay.
And here am I back in my country of birth.
All right. So let's take it one day at a time. So you were born in Dominica. Your father took you to Anguilla. How long did you stay in Anguilla?
Well, approximately 5 years.
You stayed 5 years. What did you remember while being in Anguilla as a child?
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
Unless stories from my father.
Unless you get stories from your father.
Yes.
What are the kind of stories your dad would tell you?
Well, he used to tell me how much I used to want to always be into things, guys. At like playing in flicker trucks, never wanted dolls, those kind of thing, always climbing and stuff like that as a little girl. So that was what I heard from him during my time with him at 5 years.
And that is amazing. You can see yourself now, right? So that's going to make you very comfortable. Right, Lisa? So you are seeing yourself and everyone is seeing you.
Seriously?
Yes, seriously, everyone is seeing
The
you.
whole world seeing you. Whole world.
Right, Nissa? So, as you said, that your daddy told you that you wanted to do everything boys do at that early age. Before that, let me just say good evening to Yolan Keppel. She's watching. Justina Cognet. She's watching. Davis Corner. That's your son?
Yes, that's my son.
All right, he's watching. Snapper Laura from Pottersville himself is watching. Yes, Snapper, you're seeing her now. He said that he wasn't seeing you. Goldie Williams, good evening, everyone. And I'm listening and watching. You must know Goldie. She's from Pottersville, now living in Stock Farm. And already, Nissa, you have 52 people viewing you on my system. Like, there are other people that are actually sharing your story. So you have the world listening, and yes. So here it is that Goldie is saying that she is now seeing you. So, right. So your dad said that you love things boys were doing. I'm sure that he would describe the things that you actually was doing as a child.
Well, actually, like he said, that I never wanted dolls or little house or something like that. Well, dollhouse and stuff. So I always into cars and all sorts of things guys would do, climb trees and stuff like that.
So in our palace, in the Lakou, in the yard, they would call you a tomboy.
Well, yes.
Did you see yourself as a tomboy? Ever?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I don't think I have much female though.
Then I just want to say good evening to Mason Stewart. Blessing everyone. Thaddeus James. He said blessing to you. Asquith Pinard and Edwina London. All of these people are ready. Move up to 64 from a while ago. A less number now, up to 64. And Asquith Pinard says that he's watching from St. Martin. And Kim Possible. Full support, mommy. You have a child named Kim?
Yes.
They're all listening. And Frigis, Teresa Frigis is watching. Edwina London is in Texas. So you have the world is looking at you now. So your story is what they're actually looking out for, because we spoke quite a lot about your story. Now, you left Anguilla and you went to St. Kitts.
Yes, I was adopted by a Kittitian family in St. Kitts. And they're the one that grew me up until I was 15.
Till you were 15.
Yes.
So you went to school in St. Kitts?
I went to school in Anguilla, St. Martin, and St. Kitts.
So you went to school
before coming to Dominica.
So you went to school in Anguilla, St. Martin, and St. Kitts?
Yes.
So which means you lived in St. Martin?
Yes, I stood there for 5 years with my dad.
You stayed in St. Martin, so you're really a Caribbean girl. And
that's what I call myself, a Caribbean girl.
On the Leeward side?
Leeward side, yeah.
Uh-huh. Now, tell me some of the things that you would remember. Before that, I just want to say good evening to Edith James. She said that she's watching. Fee Francis. This young lady got a nice hospitality. What's that? This young lady got a nice hospitality. I'm not so sure what maybe you want to say maybe.
She looks good.
Yeah, right.
She
Good demeanor. Yolan John Jones says good evening from Itasi, and Teresa Frigis said she's watching and listening, and Davis Connor said go and sleep. Whoever is telling go and sleep, I'm not so sure who. But yes, tell us some of the things that you can remember as a girl up to 15 years.
Okay. What I can remember is, like I say, most of my stories in the beginning come from my dad and my adopted parents. But then I remember at a certain age, not 100% sure when, but growing up in St. Kitts, going to school there, my adopted parents used to wake us up every morning to ride the donkey to go to the garden to collect goods and come back down to bring for her so she could go into the market and sell. I remember that as my childhood. Sure.
Riding the donkey
Yes.
every morning.
Every morning to go up to the mountains to collect stuff to come back down. So my adopted parents' mother could go to the market and sell on a Saturday.
So who was up in the mountains?
My adopted dad.
Your adopted dad was in the mountains doing the farming.
The gardening, yes.
All right. And then you have to go yourself and how many
Well,
others?
not me, but the children as well. I was the only adopted child. So all of us used to go, collect goods and come back. So it was fun for me, for sure.
I continue.
Okay. And then life was okay being with them and stuff until one sad day that when we came home from school, I met my adopted mom, sitting on a chair with tears in her eyes. And I came in first, so I went and I said, Mama, what's wrong? Because you're crying. I never see her cry. And then she said to me that your mother wrote me a letter. So I was like, my mother wrote you a letter. Who is my mother? Because all the time I thinking like she was my real parents. And then when she showed me the letter, I saw the letter was registered from Dominica to her. And I can recall not all of the letter, but on the letter is saying like, send my child for me. If you don't do that, then what problem it's going to bring and stuff like that. And she was a Christian lady, not into any trouble or so. So that part of the letter really touched her. And there was a ticket in the letter. And she said, it's going to hurt, but I have to let you go. So I started crying and I say, I don't want to go. But she couldn't hold me back because I was not her biological daughter. So she had to let me go to meet my mother.
Oh, let me ask you, how did you find yourself in St. Kitts, knowing that you raised with your daddy in Anguilla?
Okay. The story is, like I told you, it came from my dad and my adopted mother. That when I was in St. Martin with my father was in love with this Antiguan lady. She had a daughter and a son from my father. But like people will say, bringing another child into a family that's not hers, they're not going to treat her well. And this lady really didn't treat me well. So she used to ill-treat me, put me outside for the whole day, and when she know my dad coming, clean me up and put me inside. So this Kittitian lady was living next door with her daughter on vacation. And when she saw it, it touched her. So she said to herself that she not gonna sit and watch. So she look out for my dad, and when my dad comes, she tell my dad what she saw. And she tell my father, you don't need to pay me a dime. Just let me take care of the little girl for you. So my father say, okay, because my dad was a sailor. He was the captain of the Yankee Clipper, if you remember that boat back in the time. So when he came to shore and she told him about it, he said, well, look, I cannot keep her with me. So if you could take care of her, it's okay for me. So when her vacation was up, she took me to St. Kitts with her. So my dad used to visit me every now and then. But he would come like every 6-7 months. That's when the boat come back to the Caribbean and dock and stuff. So I never really get the chance to know who my father was during those times. Because whenever he come, I'm always in school or probably in the mountain or somewhere. And, you know, doing those jobs, he cannot stay in the country for too long.
Can I tell you quickly that you have already moved in such a quick time? 106 viewers. And Brenda Alexander said that she's looking from New York. Randy Turner says that he too is in Brooklyn. Okay, sorry, in Bronx. Madu Abraham is watching from Antigua. David Hector says good evening to all. Blessed evening to all, especially my beautiful people from Soufriere. I'm locked in from New Jersey. So you see, and you have someone also, David Montana, in Connecticut. So you are going well. Go ahead. Not body.
Okay, so then I never really get a chance to know who he was. Because like I said, that whenever he come to St. Kitts, I'm always in school or in the mountain or probably somewhere running Kawat. I don't know. But I never get a chance to really know who he was. But I know that he used to show up every now and then. That was how I end up being in St. Kitts.
No, you went to St. Kitts at what age? Very, very tender age?
Yes. Between 3 and 4.
Between 3 and 4.
Yes.
Okay. So between 3 and 4. So at that time, your little mind hasn't spoken to you, and no one has said to you that you have a mother in Dominica.
No.
So you're very blinded about...
I just grew up with, after I was taken from my brother's mother, and I went to live in St. Kitts. Seeing that I live with 2 parents for so long, you know, I always stick to myself tell myself that they are my mother and my father. Because they really treat me nice before they died. They were very loving people.
And as we continue, we're seeing the numbers are going up 114. And Gareth Dokchov is saying he's watching. And Philomene Peter is watching from Brooklyn, New York. Roslyn Severe McLean is also watching from New York. Mary Garraway is watching from Houston. So you have quite a number of people. You know, this young lady was my neighbor in Zikak, Portsmouth. Edwina London is saying that.
Yes, hi,
right.
Edwina.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that. So when your mom, when your adopted mom told you so, you felt bad.
Yes, I felt bad because I live and grew up in a loving house, being loved by everybody. Nobody treat me anyway like I was an extra additional person into the family. They all treated me like a family. So when it was time to go, it really touched me. I didn't want to come. I didn't want to go.
Kenroy, your cousin, said hi. He said hi, cuz. Kenroy, Aki,
Yes.
said hi. No, and Rick Blaze is also watching in La Plaine. No. Can you tell us a little bit, Lisa, about school in St. Kitts?
Okay, I used to go to the Molyneux Primary School in St. Kitts. Going to school there was fun. I still keep in touch with my schoolmates, and most of my teachers are alive still because I was really loved in the school. In spite I was a Dominican. So school there
no
was
one knew
fun.
that you were Dominican, right, at the time?
They knew, but they never really acknowledged that because I was just like one of them. So it was fun being there and going to school and stuff like that. I used to run for the school, always used to come first and second and stuff. Whenever the school have activities, I used to take part in it and stuff like that. It was fun being there. And to tell you the honest truth, I love St. Kitts more than Dominica.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed.
So you represented the school, as you said. Then your friends, how did you all get along?
Very well.
Very well. Mm-hmm. No, the day. Okay, what about church? You went to church in St. Kitts?
Yes, I couldn't miss a day out of church. I could not, because I grew up in a Christian family, and when I entered the family, I had to do like them. So I was in church every Saturday and Sunday.
Which
We
church?
used to have the Wesleyan Holiness Church. They used to have Bible studies on Saturday and church on Sunday and Sunday school in the afternoon on a Sunday. I used to attend all.
Okay. Darius Prosper said that good night. He's watching from Antigua. Teresa George, very good program. I'm listening and learning. And Francis and Frederica James in Portsmouth is also watching. So yes. So you went to church. You did what the family said to you that you had to. As a girl growing up, normally girls 13, 14, 15 girls become very troublesome. Were you ever at any given time very troublesome as a girl?
No. Coming to Dominica between 14 and 15, I never had that opportunity because I was never loved like when I was in St. Kitts.
Okay, we're going to come to that part. So, the day that you had to leave St. Kitts, do you ever remember vividly that day?
Yes, it was a problem to get me to the airport. And when I reached at the airport, the securities had to take control of me to get me on board the plane and stuff like that. Because the flight was ready. I was the only one to board. And I just didn't want to go.
Only want to board the flight that day?
I did not want to board the flight.
Okay.
Because it was a very touching day for me, leaving the ones I love to come to Dominica where I don't know anybody.
I can imagine you screaming at the airport.
Yes.
Can you imagine saying bye-bye to your adopted parents?
And that's why I said it was a very touching day for me.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't think they would have given you the ticket, because if they would, you would have torn the ticket.
Yes, I think so too. I think so myself. But then there was a air hostess on board the plane that was, how I would say it, in charge of me to make sure I reached safely. So everything was in her hands.
Okay. Uncle Dai said hello.
Hi, Uncle.
Right. Jacqueline John Lewis is also saying good evening, Cecil Brain and everyone viewing and listening. Now, your flight was from St. Kitts to Antigua?
Well, I cannot remember. I just know when I boarded the flight, I came in through Canefield Airport.
Canefield Airport. All right. So on arrival in Canefield Airport, what was your first impression?
Well, I was looking out for that famous mother of mine who sent the ticket to come pick me up. And even when I saw her, I mean, I was excited. Everything went on good. She took me from the airport, stopped by my grandmother and other family members.
So before that, that's the first time that you're seeing your mother in person.
I was a bit excited.
So I'm just asking, that was your first time meeting your mother?
Yes, because I was looking out for her. I really wanted to see her.
Mm-hmm. So you saw her, you got excited.
Yes.
Tell us who she is now.
Well, my mother is Concetta Philomena Paul from Portersville.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you meet Concetta. She was herself happy to welcome you to Dominica.
Yes.
Right. How much moved that she was when she hugged you that day? Did she show?
Well, I cannot tell. I cannot tell. I can't remember that. I just cannot tell. But I know she was happy to see me.
Okay. Then she brought you to where?
To Baytown, where they lived.
Uh-huh. To meet your granny.
Well, that's where my grandmother lived, but I met my grandmother selling at Hayden's, outside Hayden's supermarket.
No, your grandmother is a very popular person in Roseau.
Yes.
So you can tell us who your grandmother is.
My grandmother is Greta Roberts from Portersville.
And they call her nickname.
Grady.
They call her Grady. So that's the granddaughter of Grady. And you are the daughter of Grady's first daughter, second daughter, third daughter?
I think she's the second child.
She's the second child of Grady. And so she brought you to see your granny. And you saw your granny selling at
outside Hayden's supermarket.
No, you have just left St. Kitts with a different way of living. And here it is, you are seeing your granny for the very first time at the age of 15. What would have run through your mind at that time?
Well, at the time I was wondering, what kind of family is this? Sorry. I was wondering what kind of family is that, because I mean, my mother come pick me up and here my grandmother is selling on the road. I never see anybody sell on the road before. Mm-hmm. So it was a kind of strange for me seeing her there.
Okay. So here it is, as we're saying, someone said, Magdu Abraham said, I am moved, sister, already. You're moving some people already if your story. Sandra Smith said, locked in Connecticut. Oh my God, you look so great. Nice seeing you. You know Sandra for sure. Sancho Smith in Pottersville.
Yes.
I know the whole set of people
right.
you're calling.
And here it is, someone says, Cecil, keep up your tempo. Your tone is very encouraging because her response is so fast, sounded like she is still okay. I understand. No. You are giving that picture of your granny. You're saying that, wow, what kind of family that? You came from St. Kitts. You know that you went to the hills, get your food, bring it down to be sold in the market. But here it is, your granny. You're seeing her selling with a tree by the roadside. That took you.
Yes, it was strange.
What was strange about it?
Because I never saw that around where I live.
Mm-hmm.
I know my adopted parents used to sell her provisions in the market,
Mm-hmm.
not on the side of the street.
Mm-hmm. That is something else. So now you have to leave Granny. You say hi to Granny. What? Do you remember what Granny first said to you?
No, I can't.
Your mom. When your mom met you at the airport, did she call you by name?
Yes, she did.
Oh, so she knew your name.
Yes,
All
because like they say, my baby face never changed.
I like that. Your baby face never changed. And then you went to Portsmouth, Baytown. That's what they call it, right?
Baytown.
Beethon. Right. You went to Portsmouth. Totally different from where you came from, St. Kitts.
Indeed, yes.
Yeah. You can tell us exactly where in Beethon for persons wondering where you are talking about.
Baytown is on the other side of Raffle, actually where Dawasco building is right now.
Right. So, and I wanted you to say that where Dawasco building is right now. When you came there was no Dawasco building.
No, there was just a ghetto style.
There was just a ghetto style. So here it is now that Lisa Corner has to come to a new environment, and to her, it is totally different. What reason why you classify it as a ghetto style?
Because growing up there, you're seeing people selling drugs, gambling, smoking, police always there, always have fights and those kind of things. It was a real ghetto style. I don't know how else to describe it, but I think it was a real ghetto style.
Right, but I agree with you. Ghetto style.
141, 142 viewers.
That's good.
Lisa, never before within half an hour would have gotten
Right.
a number like this, and everybody's already giving their views.
Right.
Ian Jackson said very emotional story.
Right. So let me ask you a question. You went to the ghetto, and knowing the ghetto myself there, you saw dominoes, you saw bingo, you saw fellas smoking their marijuana, you see fellas selling their drugs,
gambling.
you see fishermen there too, fellas coming in their boat,
Yes,
right? Fellas living the ghetto life down there,
real ghetto life.
right?
You have just met a family member of yours. Well, not you, but a family member of yours have just met you online. And the person's name is Grace Elegance. She said, "Oh, whoa, you are my family. Auntie Gritty is my auntie. Whoa, small world."
Very much indeed, because I'm just that silent kind of person, and to tell you the honest truth, most people don't really know who I am. They know me as Lisa. They don't know who my parents is. So knowing who my parents is right now, knowing that I'm on DBS radio, it's gonna be a kind of strange for them, because I always that quiet kind of person. I don't speak much.
So someone asked me to ask if you played marble hole in that area.
Indeed, yes.
So that person knew that you played marble hole there.
Marble hole, cricket rounders, yes.
So you arrive in an area, the Bayside, basically, we can say.
Well, she entered into the ghetto.
Yes.
She went to Beethon. We had to call it what it is. She went into the ghetto. That's how we knew it at the time. She went to the ghetto area where we call Beethon. That's where she was. So let us not color it. She went to the ghetto area, Beethon. Yes, my dear. Tell us about it.
Yeah, tell us more.
Okay, my story actually began from when I came to Dominica. Because like I said, living back with my adopted parents and my father was a joy to me. But then when I came to Dominica, I was a complete different person then. Growing up in a house with my mother, my stepfather, and my two siblings, my brother and my sister, it wasn't easy. So it started off as a very sad story. From then, my life completely changed until I decide to change it again.
What do you mean when you say your life completely
growing
changed?
up with my stepfather, my mother, and my brother and my sister. When I came from St. Kitts, about 14, I spent 1 year living with my mother in Baytown until my stepfather tried disrespecting me. And when I talked to my mother about it, I used to get blows. When I came to Dominica, they registered me at the Rosa Girls School. That's where I used to go to school. So then when I started going to school with a sad face, Miss Patricia Benjamin, who was my principal, always used to let me come in the office because she find when I'm in the office, I'm smiling, I'm feeling okay. But then one day she chose to ask me, why am I so sad? And I told her, like, every time my stepfather tried waking up behind me, and I would tell it to my mother, they would beat me. It's like nobody believed me. Nobody listened to me. So she told me, okay, just hold on, I'm coming. I remember she left. She went on the phone. And then 3 police officers came into the school. Miss and Mr. Ostry, Mr. Basil. They came to the school and speak with me. And I tell them what was going on. Because, I just left St. Kitts and come to Dominica and I expect to be in a happy home. Not a home where somebody trying to disrespect me and stuff like that. And I'm talking to my mother and I get in blows. So then they tell me, okay, they're going to talk to the man. And they're going to talk to my mother. And everything will be okay. So I take into consideration that everything is going to be okay. So when they left, they went to Dominic where he worked. That is Julius Nicholas. And I know he's not resting in peace. And when they went to him...
So he's dead?
Yes, he's dead. I guess he's in hell by now. Anyway, when they went to him, after speaking with him, he called my mother. Now, my class in Rosa Girls School was the one facing the financial center, if you remember the building. So while I'm sitting there, I saw my mother come and stand up by the ministry. So I'm telling myself, but why is this lady here? Because I don't get a good treatment from her. So I was wondering why she's standing there at the gate of the ministry. So at the same time, the bell rang. So I did not want to pass through the front gate. So I tried jumping over the wall at the Windsor Park. And I didn't grip the wall properly, so I fell down. And after I fell down, I just feel blows. It's like she came at me. So I just felt blows. And in she beating me, she tear the uniform on me, and I had to walk from the Rosa Girls School down to Baytown, trying to hide my little breasts and stuff like that. And as she beating me, she telling me, oh, I sent police for her boyfriend, and I believe I still want to come in the house. So anyway, when I ran home, I met this man. I really don't want to say who he really be, but I will hold that speech back. I met this man standing in front of the door. And as soon as I reach in the yard, my mother reached soon after me, and my mother beating me and telling me to kneel down and tell the man sorry for lying on him. I did not lie on him. And this man is standing in front of the door watching my mother abuse me to say sorry to him. But anyway, I did, because I wanted her to stop hitting me. So as soon as she did, I ran through the back door and I ran at my grandmother's house. When I reached there, my grandmother wasn't there, but my aunt was there, and she asked me what happened, and I told her. So my aunt now went after him. And believe me, everything just turned upside down then. Because my aunt was the only person that was defending me at the time. And from then, this man will not make my mother feed me. He will not make my mother let me sleep in the house. And he will influence my mother to do so much to me. But I mean, as I grow up now and being an adult, I understand that my mother had loved him so much that she obeyed every word of his. So I forgive her. But then, when I see that was my treatment at home, thank God for Claudette to say, when my mother burned all my clothes and leave me naked, Claudette was the person who clothed me. She was the one who fed me. But she used to hide to feed me because if my mother see me eating, she would throw the food. So Claudette used to hide to feed me. So at one point of time, I tell myself, look, I always hear them talking about my grandmother being in Portsmouth, that my father, mother married to a Dominican man, and she lived in Portsmouth. And I said to myself, when nobody not there, I'm going to run away. And I did. Because I could not take more of the abuse and everything that they had coming for me. So I ran away and I went to Portsmouth, asked for her, somebody showed me where she was living, and I went home to my grandmother. And that's where I get more protection. Because my grandmother told me that I don't have to be afraid of anybody coming to get me because she's waiting for them. But nobody never came because I don't know if they was afraid of this Carib woman. So, and I stayed with my grandmother up to 17 years. And she died when I was 17. And that left me back into my pain and my tears because I had nobody left again after my grandmother passed. So it's like I just go back to being that single one lonely person all to myself because I never go back to my mother's house. So I stayed struggling on the streets. I went into construction first.
Before you go into construction, I don't want to put myself in the middle of it. But I don't know. I remember meeting you as a tender child. No, not tender child, but a young girl.
Yes, I remember when you met me, I was still going to school. And I had this friend, I think this friend of yours, Michael.
Yes, Uncle Michael and Michael Green.
Michael Shillingford, I think.
Okay.
He used to be an operator at Cable and Wireless.
Oh, yes, yeah, Michael,
he was my friend.
Yeah, Michael Shillingford, you're right, yeah.
Yes. And that's where we met.
Mm-hmm.
No question.
And you know, just to give this a little break. I remember when I met this young child, and she gave me her story. It was rather unbelievable. And I found myself having to play a nice role in her life until her mom couldn't believe, and the mom thought that we both had something going on. And I had to laugh. You know, I had to laugh because she was then living on her own, right, Lisa?
Yes.
She was then living on her own, didn't have bed, she didn't have this and she didn't have that. And I felt as a young girl striving and struggling that I should get into the middle to really help soothe her pain.
That was pain, man.
And
yes, because
Pain.
at that time when you met me, because of the struggle I was in with the family, the pain and tears, I went at the Fort Young building where they was doing the new section towards the sea, facing Gallery Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this man, I think he was a Guyanese or Grenadian, whoever he was. And I told him that I needed some materials to build a house.
Mm-hmm.
And he gave me a whole house. Now, with the little ideas that I had, I tried to build a house on my own. And when I was putting up the last sheet of plywood, a gentleman by the name of Peter, that's all he told me, came and helped me put the last sheet of plywood on. And as soon as he left, that was the end of it. I never knew who that man was. I never saw that man before. That man was like a guardian angel, I would say, because he just vanished into thin air up to this day.
Wow. Very, very, very interesting.
Yeah.
So after building the little house, then I had nothing. Like you remember, Cecil, I had nothing. I was sleeping on the floor and everything. And that's where, when I met Michael, because I think Michael was, in spite of he being a teacher, he was an operator at Cable and Wireless. And he had made up his mind to
Actually,
help.
Michael Richards.
Okay, something like that.
You mean Richo?
Richo. Yeah.
Richo, yes,
Okay.
I remember that name. And during that time, you came with him. That's where we met.
I know Richo.
Because he had willing to help me then.
And we had to really get into the middle and to really soothe that young girl's
Right.
pain. I mean, it was
Did
really a pain.
Let me ask you a question. Did you ever think of killing yourself?
Many of times. God knows, many of times. I actually put a rope in my neck one day because I could not take what was going on in the house. And I write a note saying goodbye to everybody. And my mother, who walked in the house, and she saw me and she started screaming. And I cannot remember who cut it, but I wanted to. I wanted to.
That day, if your mom didn't come in, you'd have done it.
I would have done it. I think that was the easiest way for me to get over all my problems as a young girl growing up.
Wow. Very, very, very touching.
Coming from St. Kitts, from a happy family,
And then
to,
coming Dominica.
to a
I
mom.
believe that is why she always likes St. Kitts probably instead
Yes.
of Dominica, because Dominica
I would
for
love
her,
St. Kitts 100%.
it's
everything.
kind of pain for her, man. Very, very, very
No,
touching.
you're going through all of this. What role? I know that your mom didn't do the best, but what role did your mom play? Did she help you to?
She didn't play no role in my life because, like I said, it's like she was so much in love that she was listening to everything that the man was saying and she would act on it. So it's like I was never her child, I would say.
So Bernard,
That's why up to a day like today, she and I don't really have a daughter-mother relationship. But if she asks me for something and I have it, I will give it to her.
So Bernard Joseph said, very moving story. God is the father to the fatherless.
Exactly.
Lisa, future will outshine your past. Wow, this is powerful.
And it's doing that for sure.
And
It
someone
is.
else said that is really hurting. And had to for persons who are watching or viewing, and if you saw that I moved the camera just to Lisa, is just because I was in tears.
I
Because
suspect that you were...
that was the second time that I would have been hearing that story from when Lisa would have been about 18 years, Lisa.
Right.
Yes,
Yes.
I got that story, and I remember when I got that story, I left Lisa home. It was impossible to believe that kind of story.
I noticed that as the man asking the question, you became quite emotional.
Yes, and
And it doesn't happen to you much, eh?
no,
Seth?
no, this one, yeah,
Penetrated you, right?
yeah.
Yeah, very interesting.
And so Nisa, the day that you decided that you were going to hang yourself, how long did it take you to make that determination?
It didn't take me long. It did not take me long. Because what happened is, I forget that part of the story, that after my mother stopped giving me food and stuff like that, I was coming out from school one day and she saw me And when she saw me, she said, "You going home already? What is the time?" And then she said, "Oh, it's just after 3:30 and you're home so early." So I said, "Yes." But I find it was strange. She talked to me so nice comparing to other days. And then she told me, "I left food at home for you. So when you go home, you can eat it." So when she told me that, I look at her crossing the bridge, and when she gave me a little distance, I start to run because I wanted the food. I was hungry. So I started to run. And I run into the kitchen, and when I grab the food, the cover of the plate fall. And when it fall, my brother was outside playing marble hole. And he ran into the house and he said, "Sister, don't eat it, don't eat it." So I was like, "Why don't eat it?" Because telling myself I'm so hungry and he want to stop me from eating the food. So then he tell me, "Come, come." And when he brought me outside, he showed me where my mother took glass bottle and rat poison.
What?
Hung it together and put it into the lentil soup for me. So when I saw that, I tell myself it doesn't worth living. So that what that inspired me to put the rope in my neck. Because at that time it's like nobody loved me. Because if my mother can reach to that point to do that to me, I mean nobody else out there wouldn't love me as much as her.
This is a miracle what you're talking about, Lisa. It's a miracle. I don't know if you have ever thought of it. But to tell me that you ran home because you're so hungry. You met your mother on the way. And she maybe would have expected if she didn't meet you on the way that you'd uncover that food and eat it.
But she tell her
I left food home for you. On arrival.
I would not have touched the food because she don't give me food, so I would never touch what is not mine. But because she told me so, and I know how I was feeling being in school for the whole day, I ran home to eat the food.
Listen,
and luckily my brother was there to stop me.
Listen, I told you that you're going to break the record, and you have already broken the record in an hour. 242 viewers on my page. 242.
Wow.
And your brother heard that cover fell. He was outside there playing. He heard that cover fell. Where's that brother of yours now?
He's there. He's an operator. He's probably one of Dominica second operators. Second most important operators.
Where?
Right now he's supposed to be somewhere Grand Fort doing some work, but he's there. Anthony Nicholas.
And I can imagine your relationship with Anthony.
Yes, I love my brother to the bone.
Mm-hmm.
He saved your life.
And Anthony brought you. I wish Anthony was listening so that he could call us and give us a little much more of that story. I wonder if you have said so to your children, or if they heard that for the very first time.
Yes. I put all my kids to sit down and I gave them my story. With them growing up, letting them know the reason why I'm alone with them, why they don't really see me mingle with families and stuff like that. And to tell you the honest truth, when I did that, all my children went down in tears. And in spite of the love I show them, I think that is one thing that I told them that clinched them closer to me and love me the way they do.
Hear what someone said. She should be arrested and put in jail right now. Wicked woman. I just hope she's looking. You think she's looking?
Well, for somebody like me that has that soft heart, I would not do that to her. In spite of all what she did to me, she's still my mother. And I love her still. But like I said, that we don't have a mother-daughter relationship. But if she asks me for something, I will give it to her. I brought it back to her face a couple of years ago. And she went down in tears. And my grandmother was telling me, don't tell her that. No, I have to. Because this is something that I need to let go. So I had to tell it to her face. And she went down in tears. And I remember she asking me to forgive her. And I tell her, the only person she have to ask forgiveness is God. I'm not the one to forgive her. But I can let it go. So I did.
When your mom beat you at school, when the first report that was made when the police came, what was the principal, Miss Benjamin, thought about your mom beating you in front of the school?
Well, Miss Benjamin wanted to arrest her, and I still stop her. Knowing that my brother and my sister still there. But then I had my own objective in running away, so they could all leave her.
And your other siblings are aware of the things that you went through?
Indeed, yes. Very well.
At any one time they tried to protect you?
They could not because I'm the oldest.
Mm-hmm.
They were younger than me. They are younger than me.
Someone said, thank God for your brother. You're now 256 viewers. You're moving like crazy. And people are speaking and talking like mad. The Facebook is running. I've not even had a chance to go on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Someone says, Alfred Prosper said, this is heartbreaking. Why should a mother did something to her own daughter? This situation is bad. Thank God to your brother that gave you life.
As she said, you know,
Yeah.
as she said, love can be so. You mean love can be so?
Even one time, I remember that, you know, when they used to have the album of pictures, I sat down in the house and I was going through an album that my mother had there. And I noticed that I've been through that album once or twice before. And I never saw a picture cut in half.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was a picture with myself on the right, my brother on the left, my mother in the middle. But I was cut out of that picture. And I asked why. But nobody couldn't give me an answer. So when my mother came, I asked her, what happened to the picture? And she looked at me and she told me, well, you're going to be a walking dead. You'll be walking on the road and smelling. Because when I went to funeral yesterday, I threw your picture into the grave of the person that I went to the funeral.
Wow.
And I started crying. And I went asking people, what do that mean? And it's like, nobody could give me an answer. So then I met this Calypsonian, Mighty Miko. And when he saw me, he was like, he called me by my dad's name. And he said, why are you crying? So I told him what my mother said. And then he told me, child, wipe your face. Nothing is going to happen to you. Because if your mother have to do you that, she have to spoil her favorite child. And I know my mother's favorite was my brother. And I know she will never do him no harm. So when he told me that, it's like I had confidence in his words. So I start cheering up myself. And I know if Hurricane Maria did not take that album, that picture would be there as evidence up to this day.
Very interesting.
Because I used to walk and actually smell in myself. Because I used to wonder, but why is she saying that? So every time I walk in, I take in a smell, trying to figure out if I smelling for true.
Wow.
Wow,
Because it was
psychology.
traumatizing. It was very scary.
What did the people around in Pottersville, in Baytown, what did they do? Because we know that the Baytown people lived very close to each other.
Yeah.
Nobody could say nothing. Because everybody knew my mother was that type of troublemaker. So everybody wanted to avoid her. So if she see them close to me, she going to have a problem with them. So at that point, everybody was avoiding me.
What Gritty was saying?
She was avoiding me as well because she would put her in her place.
Very interesting.
So my grandmother just couldn't do much.
Right. Your next question, Cecil?
I'm just lost.
I know you. All right. Now that you have gone through all this trauma and so on, and now you're starting to get into work for yourself.
No, but I don't want to go into the work yet. We'll get to the work.
Where you want to go?
No. You said that your other siblings were aware of what was going on. You never heard her favorite son say anything to her, no matter how small he was?
No. But I know he tried to abuse my sister after taking them to live with him. And that is where my mother really believed when my sister had spoke about it. Because my sister had actually leave his house and run back to my mother.
Mm-hmm. No. So your sister, she's alive still.
Yes.
And she's around. I hope that she's hearing you tonight, and if she could call and to even give support to the things that you said. No. What other people that would have come into your life? Someone told me to ask you about Nurse James, if you remember Nurse James.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember Nurse James very clearly. Nurse James and Nurse Castle.
Mm-hmm.
Nurse James actually took me into
Operation Youthquake?
Operation Youthquake.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I was fed going to school.
Well, Youthquake, you mean down there
In Pound area.
Okay.
No, when your mother would get up in the mornings with you as a girl growing up, would she insist that you do certain chores or?
Well, she used to leave everything for me to do because like my brother and my sister was her king and queen and I was a slave.
Mm-hmm.
So everything that had to be done was me.
How old was your mom when she had you?
She was just 15.
She was just 15. Do you think she got a heartbreak from your father?
Well, I don't know because their love stories sound great in the beginning. So I was nowhere to be found.
But if she had a child at 15 years.
Because what my dad told me is whenever the Matlaws come off the ship, these men dressed in white, because he was the captain of the Yankee Clipper, most Dominican girls will fall to their feet. And in walking around the town, he saw this little shabbing girl and he was like, wow. So that was my mother. And he used to follow her to the St. Martin's school, hold her school bag, everything like that. And for some reason one night, I don't know what she did or where she came from, like my grandmother said. So I'm giving you the story of my father, my grandmother, and how I come into play. And my grandmother told her, you're not going to enter my house. Go back where you come out. So my father was in Dominica at the time. So she went straight to my father.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I come into play. But she knew that my father was the captain of the Yankee Clipper and he would never stay in Dominica for more than 2 days. So after that happened, my father left. And when my father got a message that my mother was pregnant, my father was right Ukraine. So you know how long it's going to take him to come back to Dominica.
Mm-hmm.
And after my father never came back. And after I was born, my grandmother in Portsmouth and my mad uncle Daniel Aki that came at the hospital to actually prove and claim that I was the daughter of their son and brother. That's how my father knew I was born. Because he told my grandmother about the young girl that he slept with.
Lucky you.
Lucky me.
So on one side you're unfortunate, on another side you had that luck.
Well, it looks as though her mother herself,
Mm-hmm.
having made a child at 15 years for a man.
But they still take her back into school after I was born.
So at the
So
time,
I don't think that was a problem for her.
well, maybe she.
But maybe she was
traumatized.
No, maybe she too was in love with her father, and
But all these reasons why my father took me away from her, because my father knew that she had me at a very young age and he didn't want to hold her back.
15 years. Very interesting. Very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Your grandmother was Tuya?
My father is too young.
Oh, your father is Tuya. Okay, his name was Tuya. Okay.
His nickname was Toya, his alias.
Oh, okay.
But his right name is Victor Augustus Connor, but he's dead now.
He's dead. Okay.
Yeah, very interesting because when you look at it, she going, he sleeping with her, he traveling. You know, sometimes, you know, you have to look deeper. You have to look deeper.
And in all of that, Lisa, did you yourself went out after getting all of this abuse and all of these hits and all of this hurts? Did you yourself went out there to look for love?
No, I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I had hate men with a passion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my, oh my, oh my.
I mean, sorry to say it raw like that, but I had hate men with a passion.
Well, you speak
That
your
is
mind.
why I wanted to do everything for myself and have to depend on no one.
Mm-hmm. Who is James Bobby Riley?
I'm not
Well,
sure.
well, not you. Well, the person is talking about James Bobby Riley, her grandfather who actually raised her. So sorry, that's not for you.
Okay.
Someone said Dan was your uncle.
Dan is my
your
uncle.
Yeah, Dan
He
is your
is
uncle.
my uncle.
Yes.
Yeah,
And the person said Marvelyn Breedy.
They are
Dan
my cousins.
is. Oh, so Marvelyn Breedy in New York is your cousin. I know Marvelyn very well.
I know how to.
I know Marvelyn very, very well from Portsmouth.
So let me ask you a question. Since you raised the issue there, and I know how you feel deep about it. Is it your dislike for men is because of the fact that you know, men never really came in terms of protecting you? Do you think?
No, my hatred for men came when my stepfather tried to abuse me.
All right. Okay.
Because I think all man was the same at that moment.
At what age did you? At what age did you get pregnant?
18.
You got pregnant at age of 18. Would you consider your pregnancy as one of love or teenage or abuse?
No, it wasn't love and it was not abuse. Because at that time I didn't really know what love was.
Mm-hmm.
But I just know I'd like the guy.
Okay,
Fair, yeah.
that's a fair answer.
Fair answer, good answer.
Yeah, and in liking the guy, did you feel that soothing moments with him that would remove all of the fears and all of the hits that you had from him?
No,
It was still there.
it was still there.
Mm-hmm. But you had something you needed something to patch up some of your constant hurt.
Yeah.
And then when you get that first child, what did you think?
Well, I get to love my son.
Mm-hmm.
And after his father left for personal reasons, it brought me back into that stage of not liking men.
Mm-hmm.
But I had loved my son. So I took care of him as much.
How old is he now?
He's 30.
Wow.
30.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So which means that you're just 48. Right.
Right.
And 48. How often do you think of your life as a teenager?
I think of it as a lot. Often, very often. Even like a month ago, I was talking to somebody about it. So I think of it very often. But the most important thing is where I was and where I am right now is a more joyful moment for me.
Okay, good. Very interesting.
Then a second one.
Another boy or girl this time?
My second child is a girl
Mm-hmm.
for the same guy.
Okay. So you said that he left for personal reason. You had to raise your
Yes.
child.
But after he left, I found out that I was pregnant again.
Wow. That was
It
hard.
hurt,
That was
but
hard.
I didn't have a choice to bring my child on this earth.
That was so wonderful. And I can imagine your daughter must be admiring you every day.
That's Kimmy.
Oh, that's Kimi.
Yes.
Yes. Because a number of people, knowing what they have gone through, they would have gone through many thoughts. Any thoughts went through your mind?
No. At that time, having my son and being pregnant with my daughter, I just needed a way to survive
Wow. So
and to take care of my child.
Mm.
we have children now. I mean,
Well, my child at the time, because I was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
And then you had to get support to bring that child. You had to, according to the French, you had to get
Well, I
liet.
didn't get support. I did it on my own. So everything that was belonging to the boy, I used it on the girl.
Mm.
Well, that's very good.
And thanks God you had that little shock. You had that little shock.
Yes.
Yeah, you had that
The
little
thing,
shock already.
the thing about it, Cecil, when you look at the whole social fabric of society at the time, one clothes would go to the next one, you know.
Yeah,
whether you're a boy or girl.
that's how it was before
When
growing
it
up.
went to all. Not only one, to all.
Because they transfer it.
So right now we have 324. That's the very first time. Very first time that we're having on the Lakou on my platform. 324 viewers.
My.
Yes.
Cecil, you've broken
Yeah.
all records.
Yes. Great woman you are. Well, my brother said, great woman you are an iron. And no, Lisa. So you found yourself by the time you were 20 having 2 children.
Yes.
All right. Then you had another. Were you working then?
No. I was still in my struggles. And then, honestly, I couldn't take no more. And that's where another suicide mission came in.
Mm-hmm.
I left my kids with their grandmother. And
Grandmother by you or grandmother by
by
father?
father.
Uh-huh.
And I went down to Coconut Beach Hotel. And I was looking at the vehicle at driving maybe over 100 miles and more to run across. And when I saw my second kid's father coming at the time, I didn't know who he was. I tried to run across his vehicle. And he stopped very close to me. He almost hit me. And he came out with a rage and was like starting to curse and saying, what am I doing if I trying to put him in trouble and whatnot. And then when he saw me break down in tears, then he talked to me. I let him to understand what I'm going through and stuff like that. And then he make up his mind that, okay, I'm going to help you with your children and stuff so.
Wow.
And he did. He did help me for a while. And trying not to be ungrateful when he asked me to go out and stuff like that. I did say yes because he was the only person helping me. And that's when I get my twins.
Okay, so someone just said that Cecil 344 on Facebook and 243 on YouTube. And then someone said twins.
Twins.
Cameron Aki said twins.
Twins.
Right.
Travis and Jarvis.
Yeah, so you got Travis and
Jarvis.
so you see how the miracle of God is still working for you.
Yeah, Travis and
that
Jarvis.
you will try to look for the vehicle that was going 100 miles per hour that you could get knocked down and be killed.
Yes.
And here it goes that you did this, but the driver, with God's hands involved, stopped just in time.
And she got
Came
Travis.
out angry, and
She got Travis.
I know before he got Travis.
He was a help to me for quite a while.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But these are twins. Travis, 2 boys?
Yes.
So he came, and he was that guiding angel. Stayed with you for some time. You then fell in love.
Well, like I said, I didn't really know what love was all about at that time because I was going through too many pains and tears.
Okay, let's put it that way. Your passion has then grew to care for someone else.
Yes.
So-
Put it that way.
So you had a passion for someone else. You found the love in that true sense. So you get up in the morning, you don't have to think of breakfast.
No, because it's already there.
So because it's already there. So for you, whether the person had a partner that wouldn't bother you because he was supplying.
Yes.
Right. And then that's 4 before you are 22.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Then when did you get the others?
Well, I get them after because I stayed with him for over 9 years.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So it means that you're a very focused person. Your first set of children, you were with the guy, you had 2. Then you meet another guy. You had how many?
4.
4. So that's where your 6 came.
Yes.
So you have 6 children in all?
I have 6 kids, 4 boys and 2 girls.
Wow, that's good.
I wish this guy was listening and he would have given us a call.
6 children, that's good.
Did you tell him that you're coming on the program?
No, I didn't.
I wish the children would have called him and said, Daddy, Mom is on the radio and they want to
They
speak
don't
to
have
you.
a relationship with their father.
Well, they don't.
The only father they knew is me.
Oh, so which meant after all of these blessings, he ran away.
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
well, normally within the Caribbean society, you find that a lot of our women are both mothers and fathers for all their children. You know, I find it rather strange, but it's true. Many women have children with more than one man, and they basically father their children. You know.
Who is Elsa and Davis?
That's my last set of children.
And Cameron Aki is who?
My cousin.
Cameron Aki is your cousin. All right, he's just giving me that information about Davis and Elsa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Actually, it's Elisa, not Elsa. Elisa.
Oh, Elisa. All right, so just put an E in front of Lisa.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. All right, and so you had these children, and in growing up, you had to give them your life story. What do you think that they learned from it?
They learn a lot. They learn a lot because actually right now I'm like an egg among them. They learn a lot. And they try their best not to see me cry or even go through any struggles anymore. So beside the disappointment, they are my greatest blessings and I love them.
I just want to tell the person who is writing on Facebook that what I want to do is not to corroborate, not to find out whether what Lisa is saying is true, but to hear the story and to see how they too helped Lisa in her pain, solving of her pain. It's of great importance to all of us. I mean, while myself and what's his name and Hartly actually speaking with her, it would be nice, and even the children themselves to call. I really want to hear your children, you know, because I know that
they are listening and they are there. So you can talk to them.
Yes. No. You found yourself later on having 6 children. What change did you now bring into your life?
Well, at that time, I knew that all I had was my kids, and I had to do what is best for them. So, nothing was impossible for me to do to make sure that they get the best out of me. Maybe my best is not good enough, but I tried. And I tell them that every day.
There were mornings that you got up and you didn't have breakfast to give them, right?
Many times.
And I have a bottle of water there for you, so you can have water.
Yeah, you can have your water.
Yeah.
Many times.
And there are many times that you get
I
up and
go
cry.
weeks and months without food, only giving my children sugar water, hot or cold, because that was what I could afford, a pound of sugar, and give it to them. A lot of people in the area would say my children will get malnutrition, they will die, they will this, they will that. But God is not a police. And he knew that was what I had and what I could afford. We prayed over it. I gave it to them. They were comfortable. Whenever they feel hungry, they will go and sleep. They will not ask anybody. Because there was a point in time whenever they feel hungry, they will go to my grandmother or my mother for stuff. And for them to give them a piece of bread, they will have to make noise with them. So those children used to feel uncomfortable with those behaviors, so they stopped.
So there are many people that are having have their story like yours. One lady said that many of us go through the same thing. I have 9 children. It's rough. So there are many people that are really understanding your story, you know.
Well, seeing that it's women's period. Basically, a lot of Caribbean women, most of Dominica, go through a lot of those problems. Some of them don't tell their story. They keep it to themselves. They're very
When I keep
private.
it to myself for all those years,
They keep it private.
because talking about it, nobody could help me but myself. So I had to put myself in position to just be silent and do what I have to do.
Someone said, "Look, I am crying. My lady, God will bless you. Your story is so
He
touching."
already did, and he's doing as much as he can.
Someone said, "Don't play with God. He watch over you and your
Oh,
children."
yes. Oh, yes, I can say that. God is real. God is real, and because of him, I am who I am today. and I give him thanks every day.
It is a great story to talk about the struggles that you went through with your children. Just hearing you saying that there are times that you have to give your children sugar water.
Well, yes. Cecil, there are times when women don't have and they don't tell anybody and they give their children.
Whenever I have anything to cook, I will make sure my children eat first. And I would actually wait for them to ask for more before I could eat.
Isn't it?
Sometimes they would eat and I would collect the remainder from all 6 of them just to make sure I have something in my stomach.
Don't you find?
Hold on. You heard that? You heard that part?
Well, I'm listening to it. I find that within the Dominican society and many women around the world, do you know that they prefer that their children eat and they don't have? When they were very concerned about their children.
Yes.
Do you know they do that all the time? That they eat, they give their children everything and they stay without? Don't you find that is a strange behavior, or is that
It's not a strange behavior, because if you truly love your children and you want to be there for them and see them have the best, then you will sacrifice anything to make them happy.
You are a very strong woman. May the good Lord give you long life to see your children grow up
Indeed.
to take care of you.
Yes.
That is so wonderful to hear that that someone is asking God to give you long life, you know. And
I already asked him for that, and I know he'll grant me that favor. Thank you very much, whoever it is.
The part that you said that also is very touching is when you said that when your children are all finished eating, you would gather what they have remaining in their plates so that you can eat.
Yes.
That has that made you very humble?
Well, that's all I could have do at the time, because there is nothing left.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as their stomach is filled and I'm comfortable, according to the old people, the Alawesta, it's okay with me, I'll eat it.
I like that. The Alawesta will remain
Yes.
with you and you will eat it. That is strong to say.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Any intention to write a book?
I was doing it once upon a time, you know, and then for some reason I just burnt it.
Why?
I don't know. I wasn't really comfortable sharing my story with people. So I wanted to write a book about it, but then after, because of how shy I am and stuff like that, I just catch the book fire.
You think you would like to put words back on paper?
Maybe not. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, I had to consult with my children to ask them if it's okay for me to be here tonight. And when I said that to them, each and every one of them give their comment in different ways. Like, yes, mommy, I need you to share your story. You have been holding it for too long. And stuff like that. So I just say, okay, well, once you're all comfortable with it, I'll go for it.
And it is strange, you know, Nisa, you're saying that. We have spoken a long time ago to be on that program. And you were very clear that you were not coming.
Yes, because I'm not a radio type of person. I'm not a crowdy person. I'm just a person all to myself.
And last night, I was driving past KFC. And I remembered our conversation in your bus at KFC. And I said, let me call Nisa. And I could sense you saying no. I could sense you do not want, because you respect me so much, you do not want to tell me no, but you say no in a nice way. And you know, and then here you are tonight. And I remember saying to you this morning that tomorrow morning, which is Monday morning, you're going to be a celebrity. And the amount of people that are ready.
Well, actually, I couldn't give you the okay because I wanted to consult with my children first. Anything I do, I put my children in it. That's how close we are.
Someone just said that, oh no, so I'm drinking sugar water.
No, sugar water is great. Sugar water is great. Trust me, sugar water is great. And up to a day like today, my children love it. It's great.
Wow.
Yeah, they don't have a problem with juice.
So let me
as
ask
long
you.
as there's sugar, just sweeten the water and let's go.
So let me ask you, what about pap? You made pap for them when they were growing up?
Well, when they was growing up, I did flour pap. I did Tanya porridge, banana porridge, plantain porridge. Anything I could rest my hands on, I would make sure I make it in a way that their stomach will be filled and they'll be okay.
What about bush tea?
Oh, they drink a lot of that. They drink a lot of that.
What was the best time of a meal in the week? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
Well,
Sunday?
I didn't have the best time of day or anything for meals. Is once I could do a job or something and get a little money, even if it comes 7 days after, that is when I would really do something for them.
Someone said that hopeful as you're coming out that other women will find the courage to tell their hidden painful stories. So I want to
My
tell
daughter said that, those exact words to me. One of my daughters told me, Mommy, I think if you do that, it will encourage other women to talk about their story. And I was moved by that.
someone said that they can get you a writer. As a matter of fact, my brother is listening and he said that he can get you a writer to write a story. Pro bono. Pro bono. He said he can get you a writer. So I'm going to get him that story here tonight so that he can get someone to start writing your story.
Okay.
No, on a Sunday, what kind of breakfast would you would have given your children?
Like I said, didn't have nothing special. Absolutely nothing special. Even when they start going to school, Cecil, sometimes I would send them to school without nothing because I have nothing. And even if it's like Tanya porridge was their favorite, Tanya porridge, any type of cereal or something, I would just put into one bowl with 6 spoons and bring it in the school, and I would sit on the tree with my children to make sure that they eat.
That is I've never heard that before.
What's that?
You would make a porridge.
A bowl of porridge.
A bowl of porridge.
Bring it to them.
And you have your 6 schools with one bowl.
Yes.
And you all sat
and eat together.
and eat together?
Because that was what I had.
Hold on, let's go to the telephone. Good evening to you, caller. Good evening.
Good evening, Cecil. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
I just want to tell the lady that is good that she have lived out her life, with a high level of confidence in herself, that she, regardless of the situation at the time, that she was going to make it through. And that she is numbered among many other women that can maybe relate in such stories. But I remember talking to one such lady, and she said to me, Mr. Thomas, one of my sons said to me when he see that he had nothing to give them for the evening. He said, Mommy, don't let your head hit, We will just drink water and go and sleep. You have sugar water. But here is that 9-year-old, no, 9 years, 7 at the time, telling his mother, don't worry, Mommy, we will just drink water and go and sleep. So in all things, great and small, give thanks and praise to Almighty Yahweh, for seeing you through it. At least you can tell your story. And the really great thing about life is not the historical part of it, but it's how you live it out to the present day and who you have become. The type of person you have made yourself into. To God be the glory, madam. I'm just listening patiently.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, when you went to the school, what school was that? Goodwill School?
Rosa Primary.
Rosa Primary. So they all go into that one school.
Yes.
What did the other students around the children say? Did that?
They used to laugh at them and mock at them, but I couldn't do better. And every time the children would see me coming with that one plastic bag, they would make fun of my children.
Wow.
But I didn't used to bother with them. I just used to make sure that, sometimes if we're there and they come out, just move to somewhere else to make sure my children at least could eat in peace.
sit on a stone, each of them, and then here you are,
Well, it's a
each of them
family.
eating as a
Yeah.
family. That went back as way back as Africa.
Well, no, that's what the
Well, we're
Africans say.
African.
Yeah.
What the Africans do say so. What you have, you give your children.
Hmm.
You don't have a choice, you know.
When I had my first son and my daughter, I actually went to a guy from Trafalgar. I forget his name. He was a contractor, but I don't think he's in Dominica, and I'm not sure where he is right now. And I went to him for a job. I couldn't do anything. And no, sorry. That was when I left school. I went to him for a job, and I couldn't do anything. And he told me, "What can you do?" I tell him, "I cannot do nothing, but I can learn." And he said to me, "Okay, well, I want you to take this bench and sit here. And whenever a man asks for a hammer or nails or whatever, you just give it to them. And I would pay you $30 a week." I say it's fine. Because no matter how low the money was, it was okay with me. And I did that. But in doing that, that was when I went into construction. In doing that, I used to go to each and every one of the guys and say, "Hey, teach me to do what you're doing." And they would teach me. So I know I'm supposed to get $30 a day. That add up to
A week?
$150 a week.
Right.
So I find I get over $300 that week. So I'm telling the guy that was doing the robbing, "Hey, look, I get over my pay. So I guess it's a mistake." But then he's so into that. He was like, "Girl, it's not you that asked for it. Take your money and run home." And I was like, "But they give me too much." So at the same time, he telling me to take the money and run home. It's so one of the other workers come and tell me, "Boss man want to see you in the office." So my heart started to beat fast because I was wondering what I did. So then when I went, he told me, "You realize you get extra money?" I tell him yes. So he told me, well, when he came on the project, he see me moving around, helping the guys doing what they're doing. And he was impressed, and he said to himself, like, "I don't want to sit one place. I want to do something. So I want to learn." So he told me he never make me see him, but he was always admiring me on the job. So when he noticed that I wanted to do what the others doing, he decided he gonna pay me equally. So that's how my pay went up.
So now you're in construction.
I'm into construction.
So tell us the story, of that opportunity given to you in construction.
Well, actually, I worked 30 years in construction to make sure that my children eat, drink, and have a proper education. I went into construction when I was 15 years because I didn't have nobody to help, per se. So I did as little as I can, go into laborer. I work with Oliver Joseph. I work with Loftus in Massac. I work with Stephen Astafans. I work with this guy from Trafalgar. But I work longer with Oliver Joseph and Stephen Astafans in construction.
So what did you learn from these people?
I learn a lot
Mhm.
because I'm more into carpentry and plumbing. I do a little masonry work, but I don't really like it and stuff. But I learn a lot.
No, you found yourself at that time able to operate heavy equipment.
Yes,
Tell
I
us-
learned
tell us
from
about
my
that.
brother because my brother is a heavy equipment operator. So I learned from my brother to handle excavators and stuff. So whenever he on a project, I would go and I will learn from him. So I would do exactly what he tell me. And it was fun. But I just didn't have the opportunity to really be around him every day and stuff. So as long as he's close in town, I would go and meet him. And I would do what I have to do. And it used to be fun, honestly fun. and stuff.
A guy is saying to me, Albert Faustin, said that he worked with you at the football ground in
Yes,
Stock
that
Farm.
was Stephen Astafan.
And he said that he laughed with you quite a lot,
Yes.
but never knew your story.
Yes, indeed.
Hmm. So let's go back a little bit to the construction. You worked with these people. You can maybe tell us some of the projects that you would have worked on.
Well, if I can recall, I work in Mero on an English lady house. That's the road before Fradipe Hospital. I work at Stock Farm, the football complex. I work on the old landfill project. I work with Gadakan on the old landfill project. I work with Gadakan on the road as well. I work with Oliver Joseph on Issa's building. I work with Terry, a guy from Taru, on Giselle Asafan's house. I work with Terry in Galion and a couple other places around Dominica.
So your
I work from foundation to roof.
So your footprint is in many places in Dominica.
Many places.
And sometimes when you pass, I can imagine you saying, I helped to build that house.
I just tell my children that. Because I actually have a passion for construction.
Let me ask you a question. Have you built a house entirely? Can you do it?
Yes. If you give me the opportunity, I will.
So
For sure.
So you understand measurements?
I read plans.
You can read
Stuff.
plans. Where did you go to school for that?
I didn't go to school. I learned all these things on the streets.
Mm-hmm. And so you want to say thank you to that first guy who gave you that opportunity to sit on the bench.
Yes.
He's the one who gave you that opportunity. He could have said to you, you're a young girl, what you come and do there.
Mm-hmm.
He decided to take you in.
Yes, because there is a contractor in Maho. When I went to him when they was building 7-Eleven across the bridge where the gas station is, I went to him for a job. And I told him that I have my children and I need to take care of them. So I need a job to help me to maintain my kids and stuff. And he asked me, how much children do you have? And I tell him 6. And he told me, okay, I'll give you the job. So you can come on Monday, and when you come in on Monday, bring their birth certificate for me to see. So I asked him what my children's birth certificate have to do with that. So I turn around, I look at him, and to tell you the honest truth, I wanted to curse him, but then I just tell myself, you know what, that doesn't make sense, so I walk away.
Maybe because he saw that you're so very young. 6 children.
Yeah, but you cannot judge a book by its cover. A lot of people might be seeing me, but they don't even know my potentials. And what I can do. So don't judge a book by its cover. Even when Dominica Strong was here and I go to them for a job to drive one of the trucks, one of the guys look at me and
drive
tell
one of
me,
the dumpers?
I'm too short. And I just tell him, okay, if that's what you say, fine. And I left.
You mean one of the big dumpers?
Yes.
You drive trucks too?
Yes.
I mean, Lisa, you're
Those
talking about
big
the
trucks?
big dumpers?
Yes.
16 with 16 gears?
The big dumpers similar to what the Chinese have now.
Yes.
Yes, I wanted to do it.
And you can do that?
And I can do it.
You have ever done it before?
Well, I never drive one of the extra big ones. I drive the Daihatsu and stuff, but not these extra big ones. But I would love to give it a try.
I can hear someone saying now that, okay, I'm going to give her a call. I'm going to look for her.
To drive one of those big 16, those Chinese?
Because even for Gregory that have the trailer truck,
You mean Gregory Augustus? Augustine?
I'm not sure.
Gregory Augustine?
He live in town.
Yeah, for Sharon Astafans?
I'm not sure who he is really.
Okay.
I always used to go to him and ask him for me to drive one of his trailer trucks, and he always used to tell me, okay, I'll give you a call, and he never did. So I just leave him alone.
Maybe he's doubting, like the other
Yeah,
guy.
because I guess they seeing this young lady and they're saying like she can drive truck, what she can do, and maybe trying to say, okay, she can't do anything and just turn me down.
Well, not normally, they think they tend to have a bias towards women driving. You're a beautiful girl.
Is that so?
You come in and ask them
Long
to drive
nails,
you come in
pretty
and
girl,
you come and ask them to drive
nice
truck.
body.
No.
Come and talk
Don't
about driving
worry
truck.
about the outer look. The outer look doesn't matter.
Right. You see,
It's what's that's in here that
Right, right.
matters.
Well, in Dominican society, men tend to be macho. A young woman coming in big man thing. So they just think, but I can see you have the ability.
But a lot of women out there have more balls than a lot of men.
They say that to me on my and I know tonight's story, Mr. really helps in motivating other women who might be going through your struggle.
Right.
I'm sure.
Yes, indeed.
Mm-hmm. Not only, sir, what about backhoes? You can
drive backhoes?
You can operate a backhoe?
Well, a backhoe is a similar thing as an excavator.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that the backhoe has the rubber wheels and the excavator has tracks, but they operate in similar situations.
So if I call you tomorrow morning and tell you I have a backhoe for you and you can go and clear some land, you can do that easily?
Yes.
Wow. Very interesting. Very interesting. Let me ask you, what do you like about carpentry and that trade? What do you like about what thrills you in doing it?
Well, working in the construction field, I wanted to pick up a trade in doing something that I'm comfortable with. So I see carpentry and plumbing to be not one of the easiest, but something you can manage. Because doing plumbing, sometimes according to how you run your pipes, you have a lot of bends, S's, twists and turns and stuff like that. So you have to be able to maneuver that. And in the carpentry, it's not just nailing wood together. You have to do a lot to do things like cupboards and wardrobes and stuff like that. And I proved myself to do that by doing my cupboards and my wardrobes in my house.
I must call you man to do my own man, sir. Huh?
I even do my ceiling. My children can tell you. I'm the one who do my ceilings, my cupboards, and my wardrobes at my home.
So you can tell me the quantity of things to buy and the size of the material to purchase.
Well, I have to take the measurements of where you want it, and then I could tell you.
I deliberately asked you that question to find out what you were going to say, and you answered me rightly. Thank you.
Very
So you know your stuff.
So you take the do you take it from the construction stage to the finished stage when you're doing that?
Yes.
Not only, sir, I need to find out from you now. So you did quite a lot in construction. You also worked at Valley Engineering.
Yes,
what
I
did you
work
do?
at Valley Engineering.
What you did there?
Well, selling parts, putting on parts on vehicles and stuff like that, like changing belts for people and stuff like that. I work at Valley Engineering for almost 5 years.
So you're telling me that you can change various parts on a vehicle?
Yes.
You can almost consider yourself as a mechanic?
Well, not engine-wise, outer body-wise.
Outer body-wise. You can watch my vehicle, hear the sound.
Yes.
And
When it
tell me-
comes to sound in vehicles, I can do that.
Mm-hmm. You can tell me what's going wrong.
Yes.
Okay. Would you be able to change brakes?
Indeed, yes.
I mean, that's the easiest thing in I can
No,
change
it's not
brakes.
the easiest.
You
It's
serious?
not the easiest.
No,
because
no,
changing your lining, it's not easy.
Oh, well, yes, that's the next problem. So that's
but
why
changing the disc pads is okay.
all right. So you can do all of it.
Yes.
But Cecil, if she's doing that, I myself cannot change my brakes, Some men cannot do that,
A lot.
Some of us cannot even change a tire. So I mean, this for a woman to be able to do that, I find it's rather interesting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because not all women can change. Their vehicle stop on the road, they can't even really change their tire. Far less to think of changing their
Well, my
brakes.
vehicle not leaving me down, huh?
Wow. And you heard she said her vehicle. So I'm coming to that in a while. Her vehicle. So Nisa, we're going to come to that part of it in a while, So you're very skilled.
Yes.
And
by
I-
the grace of God.
And I remember the first part of our conversation, you said your daddy said that you love things that men are doing.
Indeed, yes.
So your daddy saw that a long time.
Yes. He saw me in him.
Mhm.
Or he saw him in me.
Mm-hmm.
However it goes.
So at Valley Engineering, you would have been used in the mechanical shop, or you would have been used at the
In the spare
wholesale-
parts.
In the spare parts. So you can almost name quite a number of spare parts.
Yeah, but most of that erased from my head now.
But if you find yourself going back onto that ground,
I would pick it up quickly.
Okay. What else did you do then, Lisa, outside of?
I cash at KFC.
Wow.
I did security at Odie Brisbane's and Sons.
Let's go to the cashing part of it. What caused you to do cashing at KFC?
Well, Cecil, everything I do, every job I earn that I did in my lifetime was all about my children. So even if I did not go to school and not educated towards certain things, I make myself educated out there on the street, just to make sure that my kids could eat and drink.
So hear what someone said. So Lisa, you wanted all that gift to go into the grave by wanting to kill yourself?
Well, nobody never see those things in me.
Yes.
You understand me?
Yes.
So at the time when I wanted to kill myself, is because I did not have love and my life was pure sadness. So me looking around and seeing everybody happy, everybody has their parents with them and stuff like that, and I'm all alone, it didn't worth living.
So what is the experience that you got from KFC as a cashier?
Well, I got a lot of experience because learning customer service, knowing how to deal with people, improving my mathematics in change and stuff like that, it become fun.
You see, Hartley, every aspect of her learning, she took it at heart.
Let me put a question to you. I know normally when we come at KFC, for those of us who come to buy our chicken, sometimes we can be very, very, very abusive. Somebody, hi, nice girl, or somebody the vex and so on.
Before she answers, before that goes, because the messages are going fast. Powerful woman, you need to organize a woman conference to empower women in Dominica. Please try it, my dear Lisa. Blessings.
I was confronted with that already, and I turned it down. Because like I said, I'm not a crowdy person, and the shy spirit, I never really take it up. But I was confronted with that already.
Right.
You're saying now, Adams?
Yeah. So I come there as a customer. I'm hostile to you. I see them sometimes. We can be very abusive. How do you deal with that? How did you deal with us?
Well, actually, what you said, that I got that in training. When we were training at KFC, and you had to come in as a customer. I mean, the staff training. We come in as customers and stuff. And I did that. I came in as an ignorant customer, abusive customer, and stuff like that. And everybody look at me and like, Lisa, what nonsense you doing? You know? Do that properly. And 2 weeks after KFC opened, we meet one of that sort. But he came exactly to me. And when he came to me, I look at him and I say, hey, I wasn't the one that make you angry. Why are you roughing me up? And I smile. And he looked at me and he said, okay. All right, so this is my order. This is what I want. I said, okay, I'll get it for you. And I took down his order. I cashed for him. I asked him to wait. I actually went at the back, did his order for him, and brought it forward whilst my other people in line waiting to cash. Because I just wanted to deal with him so he could feel comfortable and leave.
Your own experience?
Yes.
Wow.
And when the shift was over, I tell him, you see, when I was doing it all, you take me for a joke. But look at it here tonight. The exact same attitude that I came with, that was one. But it was on a male side. And you know how aggressive males can be.
No, you are one of the pioneers of the workers at KFC, because you said 2 weeks later they opened. You're one of the first set of workers?
Yes, when they came at the market.
So, you see...
I was working on Miss Renee's shift, and Mr. Augustine from St. Lucia was our manager.
Someone wants to speak to you. Let's see what that person has to say. Good evening to you, caller.
Good daughter speaking there.
Although she do live in St. Kitts, where she was Anguilla, she still has a little accent of where she was up as a youth.
Saint Martin, I find.
Send
I
it.
find,
Yeah.
I find,
Thank
she,
you.
I find
I
she
could
sound like the
detect-
Kittians.
I could detect that little accent. She don't bring it out, but now and then I hear the accent.
From St. Kitts.
Yes, I have it still because I still communicate with my adopted family.
Okay, someone asked me that question earlier on. When you relate, when you're going through this tough period, were you speaking with your adopted family at the time, telling them what you're going through?
Yes, I was.
Ever tempted to tell you come back, come home, or did they ever make an attempt to come back to Dominica to get you?
Well, my adopted mother wanted me to come over to St. Kitts because when I was going through the problem, when I was living with my mother, I used to write her letters at school and put it in the post office by the ministry. But then for some reason or another, my mother used to take my book and turn every leaflet to see if any printing of a letter on it or whatever, because she didn't want me to communicate with them after being in Dominica. But I still used to. So if she see a page that's suspect like a letter, she would like, I don't know how they're doing it, but she would like put it on something or in something or under a light or whatever and see that I write a letter. And I used to get beaten for that.
Right.
My adopted mother wanted me to come back to St. Kitts, but at the time she could not afford to send for me. So I only get the chance to go back to St. Kitts after having my second child.
And you return?
I returned because I had my children here.
Oh, okay. All right.
Right, very interesting.
Yeah.
So I could not afford to carry my kids with me. I always used to leave them in the care of somebody and visit them.
You know, you have given us a lot of suspense, you know, Lisa.
Right, very very interesting story. You know, when you live a real life story, you cannot
But in
fabricate.
spite of everything that happened, Cecil, I will tell you where God actually intervened into my life to make me who I am today. That was when my last son was 9 years old. I never forget that. And I didn't have nothing for almost 3 weeks. Nothing at all.
Like nothing.
And every time they tell me they're hungry, I would cry because I cannot do anything. And he came into my room, he saw me crying, and he wiped my tears. And he said, Mommy, I want you to stop crying, please. He works at Malcolm Stephen right now. And I wipe my face. And he tell me, Mommy, I don't want to go to school no more. I tell him, why? He said, no, I don't want to go to school. Mommy, please don't let me go back to school. I don't want to go to school. So I tell him, well, I can do that for him, but he have to promise me 2 things. That if I allow him not to go to school, he will keep himself out of problems. And whenever he grow up to be a man, he will re-educate himself and move on with his life. And he said yes to me. And my son used to walk all over Stock Farm, Yam Piece, Tarish Pit, everywhere, and help the elderlies to carry their jerry can of water. And some of them would give him $1, some of them would give him 50 cents, whatever it may be. And he would bring that money home to help us to get bread or sugar or whatever it may be. And this boy become a blessing to me from since then. And he did that for quite a while until I start picking up on my feet. My twins used to go to school and come home late. And when I'm waiting for them to come home, they would be coming home with a gentleman from Louvier that does electricals. And the man would come and talk to me and tell me, hey, my children stop at Jackson's and come and meet me and what not. And they wanted to do what I have to do, what I'm doing. I say, okay. And they used to come home with their little $5, their little $20 and give it to me because they wanted me to get what I have to get for them and stuff. And that was when they found themselves learning electricals and computers and phones and stuff like that. And it's a blessing right now because they, at a tender age, going out and finding something to do because of my situation make them a blessing to who they are right now. So, as a young mother with 6 children, I has my first son who is doing his little taxi business. I have my second girl who is a teacher.
Wow.
I have
Thanks God.
my pair of twins, qualified electrician and
Thank
IT
God.
technique. I have my last son working at Malcolm Stephen, and my last daughter just got a job at Sagicor. And to tell you the honest truth, I'm a very proud mother
Let's
right
say that
now.
again, Nisa. I'm so proud of you saying that, Nisa. Let's just say that all over again. So persons who are hearing this for the first time can give praise.
Yes.
Because God is still alive.
Because I'm praising myself because, I mean, from where I was and where I am today, it's a great blessing through the grace of the Most High. I never leave him out.
Your son,
He is a blessing to me.
Cameron, you have a son named Cameron?
No,
Who's Aki,
that's my cousin.
your cousin. She said, me and Junior used to go and cut grass.
That's my first son.
Wow. Used to go out and cut grass.
Yes. They used to
That's
do
emotional.
everything that they can to make sure that I have
Help you.
bread on my table.
So let's take it again. Go from the first son to your last as to what they're actually doing.
Well, actually, my first son, Junior, he does his little taxi right now. My daughter, Kimmy, that's the second child. She's a teacher. I have my third and fourth, that's my twins. One is a qualified electrician and an IT technique. The other one is an IT technique. I have the other pair of twins that the boy work at Malcolm Stephen and the girl work at Sagicor.
I want to meet these children.
So how many set of twins you have?
Two.
My.
I would really like to meet these children. I mean, that's an amazing story.
Twins.
I mean, I'm very emotional saying this, but let's
It's
go to
good.
the telephone. Let's go to the telephone. Good evening to you, caller. Good evening, caller.
Good evening.
Good evening, Cecil. Good evening, Brain, and good evening to your guest, Lisa.
Good
Good
evening,
evening,
to
my
you,
brother.
sir.
Lisa, I have been listening to your story. My wife went to the same thing as well when she used to be in Jamaica and even when she came to the United States. But it's not about her. My lady, my young lady, the Creator is always by your side. All the tribulation you went through, it's like iron going through fire. When iron goes through fire, it becomes tougher. When you were intervened, it was an angel that intervened you from taking your life. When your mother tried to do the same, your brother, the angel, used your brother to come and stop you. When you was by Coconut Beach going across the road looking for that car, that certain car, the Creator sent that car for you, but he had plans. The Creator allowed that car to stop. He sent that angel to put you there and let it stop, just to bring those children in your life. You see your children?
Yes.
Your children are the future, and they are a blessing to Dominica.
Indeed.
And you know one thing? I praise you, my young lady, for you having these children. Your children are blessed, you are blessed, and you all are going to change lives of people in Dominica. As you speak on your show tonight, you are changing the lives of people, especially young people, that did not want to talk about their story. As Cecil said earlier on, you will hear a lot of people being open out. As I always say, when man closes the door, God always opens a window for you. Anyway, have a blessed evening, and many, many doors going to be opening for you real soon. All right? Just keep your phone open and clear all the time. You will hear people coming to you for advice. And you can drive. Trust me. You can drive because I am a CDL driver as well. You can do your thing. Keep it up. All right?
Thank
God
you.
bless and one love.
Thank
you.
All right.
No, I heard you. I would probably go in that. I heard you talk about a ride. You drive a ride?
Yes, I'm a bus driver right now.
Right. So let's talk about that a bit.
Yeah, you drive bus.
Yes.
Okay.
What's your line?
The Jimmy line
Jimit line. So you drive from town to Jimit every day.
every day.
Yes. Tell us how you came about deciding to be a bus driver.
Well, actually, a couple years ago, somewhere 2018 or 2019, I broke my foot. I actually fell from a scaffolding, and broke my foot. And I didn't want to sit down, not doing anything. So I sit down and I think about it, and I think like going back into the bus system, because my kid's father used to drive bus. I used to help him. And I think like going back into the system gonna give my foot the opportunity to cure the way I wanted to. So that's when I took up going back into the bus system steady.
And you're driving for someone.
Yes.
Right. And what kind of pleasure you get in driving and to meet
I
people?
take fun. I have fun in driving. I love to meet people. I love to interact with people. Customer service on point, yes. So I take pleasure every morning to make sure that my customers are happy and get the service that they need.
No, I can imagine that when you approach that owner of that bus and say to him, and you said, I would like to drive your bus, I can drive a bus. I can imagine he trying to doubt you and say, I need you to have your C license. What did you say?
I didn't get no doubting from anybody. I didn't get no doubting because most of the people saw me drive before and stuff like that. When I used to drive my kid's father bus, I did not have license at the time.
What? You're brave.
So I drive like for 7 years, bold-facedly and stuff. But there was this particular police that had liked me, and I never used to pay no attention. So when he saw me driving, he investigated. And one day he just pulled me over, and he asked the passengers to go down from the bus. And he followed me and he told me to park the bus by my house and don't move it. So he actually marked the wheels for me not to move. So if ever the bus move, he will know. But then I was too much of a professional driver by then. So I used to move it and come back and put it back right where he put the line and stuff. But then when I spoke to my kid's father and tell him about it, he gave me the money to go pay for the license. And the same police officer was at work at the time.
What?
And he did not hesitate to give it to me because he knew I could have driven already.
Mm-hmm.
So I got it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I came to town, I started doing stock farm line.
Mm-hmm.
So my brother bought a bus. So I was doing the stock farm line.
So hold on a while. Angela Michelle Mann said, Cecil, tell her I need to link up with her when I come to Dominica. So she's in America. She has intention to come to Dominica. She said she wants to link you up. Okay. So she will definitely. As a matter of fact, what I will do tomorrow, I will give her your number so she can call you if that's okay with you.
Fine.
All right, go ahead.
So I used to do the stock farm line and stuff. I had my first accident after 7 years of driving with my brother bus. So after the accident, I travel, I come back, I go back into the bus system and stuff like that. And then one day, after coming out on a project at Fine Foods in Jimit, I met this bus driver by the name of Devon. And he told me that he wanted me to drive for him. I listened to his deal and I find his deal was okay. I used to drive for Atchman before Devon, but I didn't really comfortable with Atchman's behavior. So when Devon told me that, I tell him okay. He brought the bus for me the next day. So I drove his bus for quite a while before it started encountering problems that he had refused to fix. So I couldn't drive no more because the bus wasn't given, it was taken. So I decided to give up the key and stuff. And then I work on getting mine.
You said you work on getting yours.
Yes.
What are you saying? Are you saying that you have a boss today?
Yes.
So you have your own boss today?
Yes.
Hold on. I'm going to ask the question again. You have your own property today.
Yes.
You are driving your own bus today.
Yes.
I can imagine how you tap your back every morning, going back thinking of you at the age of 14 to now.
Yes, I do.
And
I do.
And tell us how much a success it is to have your own bus on the line now.
It's a blessing for me, but all the praise is to my children.
What do you mean by that?
Because
They
they're
help
the
you?
one that helped me and moved me forward. So I give God thanks and praise for them today.
I wish this friend could call me tonight. I don't know why they're not calling the number. Actually, let me just give the number so that they can call. If you have your mobile, you can call 448-3284. 448-3284. Or you can call, if you're overseas, 305-492-9744. That is a free toll number.
Let me ask you a quick.
405-432-9744.
We have a caller coming.
Let's take that caller. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
All right. Okay, I've been on the live chat. Okay, is that Lisa that used to be working in Portsmouth?
Indeed, yes.
Okay, can you remember Vanessa?
Vanessa.
Yeah, used to work in Portsmouth.
I cannot recall. Give me a little more info.
Okay, like in Picard and in Lago.
Picard at Coconut Beach?
Yep,
Okay, well, I remember Vanessa used to work at Coconut Beach Reef.
great. Okay, well, nice hearing you and your success.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Let me ask you a question. Yeah,
Someone's on the line again. Good evening to you, caller. Sorry about that. You can call back. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Have you ever driven with her?
Excuse
Cecil?
me?
I'm asking Cecil, have you ever driven on the bus with her?
Well, I have not a chance. I only see Lisa driving a bus some time ago. About 2 years ago, it was this, sir?
Do you know I've driven with her several times?
You have driven with her several times?
Mm-hmm.
Let's take that call quickly. Good evening. Good evening.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
Yes,
very
good evening.
good, very nice, my dear. How are you?
I'm good, okay. Am I live?
You're live.
You're live, caller.
Okay, let me tell you. Hi, Lisa. How are you? This is Corinne here.
I'm fine, thank you.
She said this is Corinne, feel like you know her.
Corinne Fairfolk, my cousin.
Let me tell you this, Cecil. This girl I know growing up, and she's a hard-working girl. She never give up. She took care of her children. I know all of her children. She took care. She hustled for them. She worked hard for them. And she never stopped up to that moment. She's a very hard worker. Since she's growing up, she was like a man. She could do everything. Everything. Plumbing, electricity, building, I know her very well. She did everything. Up to now, Lisa, I'm so proud of you and your children, which I know all of them. And Cecil, I'm telling you, she's not telling no lie. She really worked hard for her children and to make them who they are today. So I'm wishing you all the best, Lisa.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you. All right.
Okay, then.
The toll-free number is 305-432-9744. The toll-free number is 305-432-9744.
No, Cecil, let me tell you that. I've been driving on the line, taking the buses, and there are very few women who drive buses. And she drives the bus like a man.
I like that.
Yeah, I can tell you
So
that.
there's a difference between a man and a woman driving. Good evening to you, caller.
The woman just what's the name?
Corinne Fair.
Corinne Fair.
Calling her what?
Let's forget about the bot. If you have a question to ask her the question.
ask her.
It's not
No,
about.
I hear something like Popo. I want to know.
Oh, no, she didn't say popo. No, she didn't say popo. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Your calls are coming fast and
The
furious.
next caller. Good evening to you, caller. Good evening to you, caller.
Good night.
Good evening.
Good night. What's up?
I'm fine.
Good evening, caller. How are you?
Happy good night. What's up?
Nice hearing you, my brother.
Yeah, man. No, I'm all the way in Boston. By my mom. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Let me.
You're breaking up, caller.
Breaking up, caller.
Caller. Hello.
What? All I want to say. Hello.
Yes, go
Yeah, we
ahead.
hearing you.
What I want to say is there is this group that has something about some big black powerful women something,
Mm-hmm.
and I heard they have an
Tonight.
award ceremony for some people.
Yes.
This lady, this Lisa, should be one of the people that should have been on the list for an award.
Thank you.
She has done. I'm listening to the program. She has done everything in her life, and being independent today. I know she knows me, but at the moment she will not recall who I am.
Okay.
I see her most times because I live in Stockton.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Thank you.
congratulations
Yeah.
to you, young lady,
Thank you.
and all the best to you.
Thank you very much. And also too, I want to wish you happy Women's Day.
Women's Day.
Today's Women's Day, Nisa, and I know that they're recognizing some women out there
Right.
tonight. Good evening to you, caller.
Hey, cousin Lisa, it's Karen.
Hi, Karen. How are you?
Hey, good. I'm doing good. I was just watching your
Okay.
podcast, and I just called to tell you, that you are strong and you did so much. And I was commenting the whole night, telling that we used to cut grass and I used to help carry water from the pipe and all that, And
Yes.
I just called to tell them that you are very strong and I'm proud of you. And the stories that you told us, it was touching. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cousin called to tell you,
He used to cut grass.
He used to cut grass if your children. Danny Morancy says that he is listening to Lisa and Danny Boy. He's in Guada listening. Hi Lisa, that's Danny Boy. Guada listening. I'm sure you know that person. Yes.
Right. I was saying that when I drive with her, sometimes I say to myself, but she's driving like a man. Sometimes I sit up front with her, and I always monitor a woman when they're driving, especially bus passengers, and she can hold her own.
Yes. Good evening to you, caller.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I just want to say hi to Lisa.
Hi.
This is Loftus, Asak.
Hi, Lofty.
How
I
you
just
doing?
mentioned your name.
I heard that, yeah. I keep listening to you all the time there. I was wondering what I eat.
Because you are the man that taught me to put my first lock on the door.
I know, I remember those days at the Creole Festival time.
Indeed, yes.
How do you feel when you heard her mention your name, sir?
At the Goodwill Savannah. Remember those days?
Yes, when we were putting up the stage.
Lofty.
And then after all 3-4 o'clock in the morning, I have to drop you up and stop from up there.
Yeah, because I used to do the graveyard shift and everything. I just didn't afraid to work.
I remember that.
Lofty, how did you feel, Lofty, when you heard her mention your name tonight?
Excuse me?
How did you feel when she mentioned your name tonight?
Well, I'm always a cool person. I didn't feel no way because I do everything for people if my good heart. I didn't feel no way.
So it's up to them to recognize you.
I know. But I'm happy you have your own bus now because I know you drive for a few people already, including my nephew.
Indeed, yes.
Anyway, I just wanted to give you a yell.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, man.
Thank you. All right.
Take
Yeah, I think Lofty must get in touch with me so he can come on that program too. I think Lofty, you need to come on that program too. Someone asked me to ask you if you never thought of driving tourists.
I thought so myself, but then when I sit down and I think about it, most of the buses are into tourists and our black people are struggling. So I decide to keep the struggle with our black people.
Wow, that's powerful. That's very powerful.
They're very powerful.
Yes. Someone said that Lisa deserves an award. This is a phenomenal woman. Let's go back to the telephone. Good evening to you, caller. Good evening, caller.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi, Mommy, how are you?
Wow, that's
Hi,
so
sweetie,
sweet.
I'm fine.
Oh my God. I waited for that for such a long time. Talk to mommy. Talk to mommy.
Okay, I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Tell me, what's your name?
Kimberly.
I am Kimberly Joseph.
Kimberly. Tell me, mommy spoke so much
Hi.
about the struggle. When you heard mommy speaking about it tonight, did you cry by any chance?
I am still, oh God, I don't even know how to say it. My eyes are still filled with tears and my heart is racing, like really racing right now.
Yes. I mean, just imagine the things that mommy went through to make you become your teacher, right? You're the teacher.
Yes, well, I'm not teaching right now.
Okay.
I'm more focused on my nails. I'm a nail tech, actually.
Okay. No. How did you feel, knowing that mommy could be able to say or to give her story to the world?
I feel good about it, and the initiative for her writing a book is really a good one, I must say. I'd be very happy if she do that.
Uh-huh. No. Raising 6 of you all at home and having to come to school to feed you all. I can imagine you when she said that you got goosebump. So mommy just say that, but mommy said that.
Well, yes, back in the day you would feel embarrassed because your friends, schoolmate would make fun of you, but at the end of the day, well, especially when I grew up, I could understand how that felt, but it still made me feel good because at least I was able to eat.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point, that you're able to eat, and having to drink your sugar water, and having to grow up and to be a strong woman.
To be honest with you, that is still my today's thing. I have children of my own now. I have 2 children, and my children call sugar water sugar juice.
What? I'm going to take that. And I'm sure many people are going to say that now. I'm going to call my sugar water sugar juice.
Yeah, they call it sugar juice. They'll be like, "Mommy, can I get some sugar juice, please?"
Wow. You mean mommy did that so much for you that you're mastered it now?
She called it sugar
Yes.
juice.
Now, when mommy told you all of her story, her life story, as children growing up, what did you all make of it?
Well, I'm not even sure how to answer that, but I just know it was painful at the time. These are stories that I also pass on to my children and just let them know how different things would be in today's day. But it was very heartbreaking. It hurt. And, listening to those things, you just want to make sure that you do right by those you have, as in your children. Yeah.
No, your granny, how do you look at your granny today?
I still love and respect her. I never
Wow.
lost respect for her. Maybe we have our little falling out now and then, but I mean, she's my grandmother.
Wow. That is powerful, Lisa. That is powerful. That means you took that from your mommy, because I know many a times when parents have problems with their parents, they tend to put some differences between themselves and their children with their parents. But mommy has taught you all to continue loving your granny.
Yeah, she did. She's that person that would not turn you against family members because of what she went through with them. She will still remind you who they are and the respect that you should have for them always.
I wonder sometimes, if sometimes that yourself and your other siblings, you all sit together and reminisce on mommy's story.
We did when we were younger, but everybody's all grown up now when they separate ways. Yeah.
But many a times, when you're home, that you still think of mommy and her struggles that you would have gone through.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
I do.
Okay. It was nice of you calling.
Nice
though.
calling.
I wish your other siblings would
Well,
call. I wish your other
you've been
siblings
asking for somebody to call.
Yes,
So
I don't know, they're shy.
It took me a little while. I had that number dialed on my screen. All I had to do was press call.
I can imagine, the other siblings are like, mommy, because when I spoke to your mom yesterday, what I'm saying, I spoke to your mom about 2 years ago, and I told her I needed to come on this program. I think
I remember that conversation.
You were there, right?
No, I wasn't. I heard.
You heard. and I remember once I saw a daughter of hers, and she said to me, that's my daughter, I don't know if it was you or if it was the first one.
She's the first.
You're the first, so it must have been you. Well dressed, I think by
Yes.
KFC it was. I think I saw you. Yes, I saw if your mom and
I believe so.
you remember that day, right?
Yes.
And I said, I would have passed you straight, and I'm passing you straight all the time. Girl, do you know the struggles of your mom? And you watch me and you laugh. And you said, yes, I know. I never forget that day.
I remember.
Yeah, I never forget that day. Well, it was that same day I spoke to your mommy about coming on the program. And and here it is too. Last night when I passed by KFC, I remember that conversation, and I called your mommy, and here it is tonight. She's giving a story. I want to tell you, thank you for allowing her.
Yeah, I see it as a great opportunity for her to tell her story. There are lots of persons, I believe, who are suffering in silence. And with her being able to tell her story, it will give them the strength and courage to come out and tell theirs.
And I want to tell you thank you for
and
that.
make a difference, hopefully.
Yeah, thank you very much for that, though. I must say thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you. Ask your other siblings to call.
Good night.
I want to hear the other siblings.
Good night. Have a good night.
Good night. Have a nice night. Yes.
Okay, you
All
too.
right. Nisa, how you felt?
I'm strong enough for that now. So
No, I'm talking about your daughter Colin.
no, it's a joy, but I'm strong enough to listen to her speaking out how she feel.
Yes. Good evening, caller.
Good evening, Cecil.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you? And good evening, Brent.
How are you, my brother?
My brother, I rarely break down when I was listening to that program, You know today's Women's Day, Cecil?
Yes.
Today's Women's Day. So I want to big up Lisa for doing a fantastic job in all the difficulties,
Thank you.
And I'm telling you, Cecil, as a person that loves people and love children and love, I believe we disappoint that lady as a nation. We disappoint. I'm telling you.
Indeed, yes.
Personally, we disappoint that lady and her children. What she was going through. And I believe to myself, it's time that, even I was saying to myself, listening to this story, Lisa should have spoken to people, other people, that she could have gotten help, more help than she had gotten. And she should. I believe sometimes we hide things, but it's time that we start speaking up. I know a lot of situations with children and parents going down, and Cecil, truth, I've helped in many, many areas when things was happening to people. And they say, as you have the Lakou there,
yes,
I believe we let that lady fall too deep in the crack. As a society, I don't know what village or where she was from, but she could have gotten that needy help, and people that were extended family should have stepped in, and they should have speak to other people to help her. I mean, even when it comes to the government and comes to the social people, the women's league, that lady should not have to go through all that. I listen in there, and they just let that lady go for the cracks on her children, and I think that was mischievous purpose that in society that let that lady go for all that. And I believe I want to thank her for coming over the SSL. I want to thank you for convincing her to come in to tell a story. And Cecil, you should encourage her lady to write that book. Somebody that listening to me, pro bono, help that lady to bring out a story.
Well, my brother has already sent on Facebook, and he says that he has someone who can do that story for her. So my job is to take that interview and to send it to him.
Rain, you an educator. You should encourage, and Cecil, you can talk. You know people that can let that lady go to the primary school, the high school, and bring a story. and to people in the communities. That story is a powerful story. And my brother, I want to know that lady, and I want to tell the children, love all your mother 99%. What she go through for all your life now, all 6 of all you, don't try that. Don't try that not to check in her, even though it's a penny or half penny. All 6 of all you, put all your heads together, because that lady's a champion. And if it wasn't, and if she had given up, you all wouldn't be what all you are now as the children. So I'm encouraging you all, don't never try to neglect all your mother. That lady's a champion. And Lisa, I want God to bless you and continue blessing you. And there are more blessings coming to you. People that that hear your story, your telephone will start ringing. What will I tell you? And the blessing is going to come.
Thank you so much.
Still telling the children, do not try that to neglect all your mother. What she did there, all of all you come together, even though it's a penny, a frozen joy, put the money together and let her have a good time in her last days. In her last days, that lady just 40-something years.
2 years from now, she'll be celebrating 50 years, I think, right?
She's 48.
So,
the lady 48 years.
Right, so we should be, as a people, maybe do a big party for her then.
No, but Cecil, you're joking. People should come together and help that lady. Help that lady full time. Women's people, the women's bureau. I sit down there and socializing myself. What kind of society we are? A lady going through all that, and the government and social society don't know that. What nonsense is that? The school people don't know that. That's madness, man. As far as I'm concerned, I am upset about that thing. You see that thing that I am upset about it. And I tell you, it's not too late for people in society and private people to meet that lady and give that lady what she deserves, because she's a champion.
Thank you.
My lady, may God bless you, and I'll keep on praying for you. Your name is Lisa?
Yes.
I'll
Lisa
put
Connor.
your name on a piece of paper
Lisa
and
Connor.
pray for you. Hello?
Lisa Corner is her name.
Lisa Caller?
Corner.
Okay. I'll put your name on a piece of paper and continue praying for you. Because, my sister, you go for health, but God see you through it. And people say you don't have a God?
Yeah,
Hi, boy. God see you through it.
Yes,
And I want God to continue blessing you. And as I telling you, I calling on those children, don't try no technique and steal your mother and help all your body. Because God will do something for you. Have a blessed day, Lisa.
Thank you.
Thank you, caller.
very much.
The blessing's gonna come. Trust me.
Thank you.
caller.
Yeah, thank you.
Cecil, what the caller says is very right. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when I lost my job at Valley Engineering, and I didn't have nothing to do, my first son was going to the 7 Days Adventist Secondary School, because at the time I was going to the church. And I couldn't afford to pay his school no more. And one day he came home and he told me, the teacher said that if I don't pay his school at the ending of the school term, they will throw him out of school. I went and I talked to the principal of the school, tell her what I going through and everything. And she agreed to keep him in the school. I wrote letters to the Ministry of Education. I went to the Ministry of Education myself when Mr. Eliu was there, or Eliu, whatever is his name.
Eliud?
Yes.
Eliud.
I went, I spoke with him about what I going through.
It's a long
and
time ago.
Begged them to help me to save my son's education. Anyway, nobody did nothing. And my son used to keep on going to school, his test time, everything. When I went to pick up his report card, he had 0.00%. And I asked why. And they did not allow him to do any tests in school because I didn't pay his school fee.
Wow.
And my son is a very educated boy, and he was always top in his class. And because of me not able to pay his school fee, and they not making him write his exams in school, he came out to nothing. He cried. I tell him I'm going to try my best to help him, to see what I can do. I went to Mr. Timothy, may his soul rest in peace. Mr. Timothy asked me to go to the college because they have a fourth form at the college where he could continue from there. I went. I spoke to the lady. I told her to send me everything and stuff. I called back Mr. Timothy and I tell him, okay, I went. I did the necessaries and stuff like that. He told me to send the boy on Monday. I did send the boy on Monday. He came back home and he told me they say nobody paid the college fee, so he cannot come to school. It's nothing I could do no more than sit in the house where my son would tell me, oh, I need to be this in life, I need to be that in life, and you're not helping and stuff like that, where I could not help. Anyway, it passed, so he had to do what he had to do as a young man to try to do something for himself in life, and that's how he turned out to be a taxi driver right now. They never show any concern about my struggles I was going through in educating my children.
How old is that son now?
He's 30 and stuff like that. Now, happened that one day, the bus I was driving from Devon had a problem, breakdown in Jimmet. So, whilst I had the garage in Jimmet, the guy gave me a path to come in town to come and organize. And I got a ride on a gentleman that was at the garage. So, in driving down, he was into the political thing. So then I said, excuse me, sir, I don't want you to feel like I'm imposing into what you're doing or listening to or whatever. But this political thing, I'm getting tired of it. Because the mere fact the government is saying that they're going to make sure that every household have a graduate, a high school graduate, and seeing that they take that education away from my son, it's like I never wanted to hear anything about them. So when I told him that, he told me, why? So I tell him, because the Prime Minister said that he's going to make sure that every household have a high school graduate. And they deprived my son, so I don't want to hear nothing they're saying. So he started talking to me. So I tell him about the letters I wrote to the Ministry of Education in connection with my son, who I went and talked to. And nobody shows regard. Look, they throw my son out of school and stuff like that. He tell me he's a minister and he work in the Ministry of Education. I just forget his name. So he tell me he'll look into it and he'll give me a call. Up to this day, I never get a call from that man. So honestly, like the caller said, the system does really let you down. And the system did let me down in having my son continue his education. That is why I can never make my children vote not for nothing.
You have to let that go from your chest, right?
No, I cannot let it go because they took it away from him.
I said you have to let go that information from your chest.
Yes, I had to.
Mm-hmm.
I had to.
Mm-hmm. And your son today is a taxi driver.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Whereas he could have achieved.
That wasn't his choice.
Mm-hmm.
But he have to do what he have to do as a man.
Mm-hmm. What about the church? Did you confront the church after on the matter?
Well, seeing that they throw him out of school because I could not afford to pay his education, I just stopped going to church, everything.
So he was going to the Portsmouth...
No, I was going to the Adventist church in Roseau.
No, he was going to the Portsmouth school?
But he was going to the high school, and the high school is located in Portsmouth.
Yes,
okay.
Uh-huh.
Very interesting.
That is...
So you lost... in other words, you're saying, Lisa, that you've lost confidence in some of the church...
The churches, the government, and everything, because I've been let down many of times.
Okay, we have another caller coming.
Yes, let's take that caller quickly. Good evening to you, caller.
Good evening, caller. You're live.
Good evening, Brian. Sorry for calling again.
Go ahead.
With Lisa's son that had his dream to further his education, and he ended up being a taxi driver. When our government say in every household there's supposed to be
a graduate,
at least two graduates. We need to do a redo, and we need to do it for this young man. Because right now, as a grown man, I'm crying. You get what I'm saying? Because I never had that opportunity myself. I never had that opportunity. Right now, I'm 56 years old, right? And they need to find that man and give that man his dream. whether to give him a scholarship to China, wherever he has to go, they need to do that SAP, because we have a thing to uphold. And I'm not putting politics in it. As men, as Dominicans, we always have to stand by our word and by the word of truth, because we are godly people and we are a godly society. And I'm saying that they need to do that SAP. Give that young man his dream, because every day he sees himself driving a taxi. You know, that's all I'll say for tonight.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Very
Lisa,
interesting.
have a good night.
Thank you.
That makes some point. That's a good point. I mean, it's not too old to learn. Right. So I'm calling on both the Ministry of Education and that of the government to see how they can get the same young man who Lisa says that was robbed of his opportunity for education, right. Because the system did not allow him to continue by virtue of the fact that he had to fall out from school by not paying his parents are paying his school fee.
Right.
And that is where I think fathers have to come in play.
Right.
It's important. And it reminds me of the song this year, that the gatekeepers sometimes can prevent you from getting what you want.
But I remember another interview we had there, especially with Superintendent Wicks, making mention of the same thing, that his mother had to run prostitute to be able to pay his school fees.
So let's go to
and he still had it on his mind.
Let's go to
Very interesting.
Let's go to the telephone. Good evening.
Hello, is this my call on, right?
Yes, you're live.
Yeah, good. Good evening, Cecil. Good evening, Brain, and good evening to your most adorable and phenomenal woman tonight, Lisa. God bless you and happy International Women's Day to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Your story is more than a story. Matter of fact, Cecil, I don't normally watch or listen to radio programs on a Sunday night. Occasionally I may pop in and listen to you on the Brain. But for some reason my Facebook page may have been open on my phone and I was taking a rest. When I opened, you had 115 viewers at the time. And I listened to the story for a while, and something was very intriguing to me. So I decided to, I even shared the program. I even shared the live tonight, because I felt this story was one that was needed to be heard. Lisa, you brought every kind of emotion out of me tonight. I cried, I laughed, I cried, because your story, let's put it this way, it's unfortunate that it happened that way. But one of the most amazing things I heard from you is how resilient you have been, that you did not allow what was meant to be a hell for you to be a hell for you. And you are more than a model. Why? Because you were able to take every facet of your life, every event, put it in sequence, but every event of your life, you were able to use what you have internally to change everything. And hence today, your story shines brighter than any other story that I've ever heard. It means that that which was meant to break you from the very beginning, when you started with your abuse in your own home, your neglect, and all the hate and everything that was assigned against you, it reminded me of Joseph in the Bible. His pain started in his home, but he was able to take his story and change it around, because all through every event of his life, the hand of God was there working in silence and in secret. So I have the greatest kind of admiration for you. I am hoping one day that I can meet you face to face and have a conversation with you one-on-one, because not only, you see, a lot of people say there are other people that have their story to tell. Your story is exceptional. Yeah. It's not just a story of what you've been through in your homes. It is how you were able to take everything you went through and turn it for good for you. And you know why I am glad nobody came at the time, although I was a little agitated. I put a message in the chat asking Cecil to ask her where was the school principal after she first spoke to her, because I believe the principal should have taken you from there as a young schoolgirl and nurtured you in the school, but that didn't happen. And then that last caller who called and said he was agitated because the social clubs and the government and everybody should have come on board and help. You know why it is very good that you did not get the help? Let me tell you the good side of it, and I want you to take this like that. Your story now becomes your story. Nobody has anything to add to it and get credit from it. And that is what makes your story so phenomenal. Because you could have packed yourself somewhere and become angry and resentful and agitated because you were not getting the necessary help that you so required. Watch this. God was there with you all the way. And you know the God that was there with you all the way, he will be with you all the way. And he will preserve your children and their children for generations to come. Immaculate program, excellent turnaround, great spirit, the best possible way a broken person could take their life and build it back together. You are a model, and the world has heard your voice tonight. Your life and your testimony is a lifelong lesson, and I have the greatest admiration for you. God bless you. I will be praying for you and for your children and their children.
Thank you.
Good night. Wonderful program.
Thank you.
Thank you.
She is rising like phoenix from hardship.
Well, boy.
Okay, Cecil, there is something else, right?
Yes.
Like he said, God is with me, and I have testimony that God is really with me. And I'm gonna testify about me working at Sunset Beach Hotel.
But go ahead.
When I used to work at Sunset Beach Hotel, well, you know they do 2 shifts, day and night. I worked there for a few months before I end up on the night shift.
Hold on, Sunset Beach Hotel
is in Salisbury.
In Salisbury?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And you living in Roseau?
Yes.
Okay.
So I used to go to work every day. So I had this night shift. So when I went to work, the boss lady wasn't there. The manager wasn't there. So I went straight into signing and doing what I have to do. So I supposed to work from 3 in the afternoon till next day. So when they came at after 1 in the morning, the manager is asking, what am I doing there? So I'm telling her, like, I'm on the night shift. So she started quarreling with me and telling me, no, get out of my place. I don't want people like you working there. And I asking her why. But then when she keep on saying that, then at one point of time, she talk about my aunt telling her that I stealing things from her place and stuff, where I wasn't doing that. So she forced me out of her place. Fine, I left. And I'm walking from Salisbury to Roseau with tears in my eyes.
Salisbury, after 1 in the morning?
After 1 in the morning. So I walk until I reach Tony's Corner in St. Joseph. And then a male voice said to me, young lady, what are you doing walking at that time? So I'm telling the person that I can't see what happened to me. Why am I walking? So this male voice, I have to say male voice because I never see the person. So he walked with me and talked with me until I reached to Taru, before Taru Bridge. But remember, all the way from Tony's Corner to Taru Bridge didn't have light. It didn't have no light post. So the only lamp post was in one end of the Taru Bridge onto the other side, and then up the hill, Rodney's Rock, whatever it may be. So I'm walking and talking with this man, this male voice, and stuff. He asking me questions and I'm answering. And when I reach at the beginning of the bridge where it had the light, he said something to me, and when I turned around to answer him, I saw nobody. But I didn't feel shivered and I didn't feel threatened. But then I keep wondering, but if the man talking to me, why he didn't cross into the light? So I keep on walking, but before he left me, before I cross into the light, he tell me, anyway, have a good journey home. You will be safe. And then when I came to answer and I looked back to see who was talking to me, I didn't see anybody. And I walked until I reached the Pottersville.
So you never once asked him what's his name?
I never spoke with the person in asking them who they are, because remember, on them, all my pain and tears, crying after losing the job, it's not like I wanted to know who you are. So I was just walking and talking with him.
But you had constant conversation.
Yes, but I never asked him who he is. But he's questioning me about me being on the street walking at that time of the morning, and I'm answering. But I never asked who he was. But then when I look back after coming into the light, there was no one. So I always tell myself up to this day that God was guiding me. And I know he was guiding me.
You have another caller, Cecil?
Good evening to you, caller.
Good evening, Cecil.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Cecil, you see that experience the lady saying there? That man wasn't a man. That was an angel from God. This, what the lady saying there, that was an angel in a man form. And when God brought her safe forth, where he brought her, it would be safe. The angel disappeared. That was no man.
I believe that.
That was no man. That was an angel. But Cecil, I'm still saying, what they did, the school, the 7-day school did that boy. I think the 7-day assembly should apologize to that lady. She's still alive. They should apologize to her and make their wrong right. The principal and the organization of that school should apologize to that lady. And I'm asking them to do it, you know. If they say children of God, they should do the wrong they did, make it right.
I can remember.
And I'm saying,
sorry, Cole. I remember when Lisa got converted. I think there was a crusade in Pottersville.
In Pottersville.
Right, a crusade in Pottersville. When I remember sitting, I don't know how comes I normally used to meet Lisa. I don't know why and how.
Let me ask you.
I'm sorry. And I remember when church was over, I happened to find myself I was at the crusade that night, and I happened to see Lisa at the back, and I went to Lisa and had a conversation with her, and she was talking the word to me. At that time, I'd already backslide, you know. And
Cecil, let me just say something and finish.
Yes, go ahead. Sorry about that, caller. Yeah.
The son is 30 years. Cecil, I know that lady that go back to college, our college, they had 50 years, and she did well. I know a guy that go 40 years, he went up there and did course and did well. So I think the mother should encourage that guy to go back to state college and do his course, and he's a bright boy, he'll do well. And I'm calling on the authorities, the education people. I think the mother, go and talk to the Minister of Education, Mrs. Bonnie. She'll understand what he's saying. Our Prime Minister is a good man. If you want to talk to the Prime Minister, he will do something about that. And Cecil, you know people. I think you know people. That story they're bringing, I think they should make a movie with that Lady Testament. A movie. Because they have enough material to make a good movie. And I think that movie will benefit us as in the Caribbean and people in the whole world. But I'm still telling all you know what happened to that? You know what happened to that boy in education there? You know it's under UWP that happened? Don't go and blame
We're not going politics.
No, I'm just telling you.
We're not going politics.
Under UWP, the woman's son get messed up.
No, I don't go politics. Let's not go political, please.
Labour government that happened is under UWP government that happened.
Don't go there.
Thank you very much. I just want to clarify that. On the workers that happened.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm not going to ask which government, which party. We're not going to go there. That's not. That's not for us to speak about that. Our program is about Lakou. She has given her story, and we're keeping it there. No, Lisa, I know people. According to the caller, I know people that know people. I will need to meet your son so we can get that son of yours to get his education that is required. Good evening to you, caller.
Good evening, Mr. Joseph and Mr. Brain, and good evening to Rivanica. Good evening to you.
Good evening, my brother. Good evening.
Now, Empress, you used to live in St. Martin, right?
Yes, I did.
You're a strong empress. I know you very well, man. You're a great empress. It's all what happened in your life eventually. That make you more greater, that make you more strong, man. Right? It's a balance. You see it?
Yeah, man.
But as the brother call and say something, then that's why I'm trying to find out now. It's looking like it have a holy for God. Because if you go to the church, 7-day church, as you say, right and truly, and you talk to them, you know what I'm saying? They self-person is supposed to give you strength. You know what I'm saying? Because they see your situation, you reason to them, they know better the benefit of the child before every benefit same way. They feel the same way. So I don't know if the God you're working with and the God into that was to the same God, right? And I put it in that way, same way. And now you say something again now earlier on that I just say the Honorable Prime Minister, I call him the world boss. He said that he wants 2 grand in every home for you. So you were saying that during that same moment, you never even get a chance if one ever child the same way?
Never.
So what was the problem? The minister or something, or maybe the collection?
Well, I'm not sure who was the problem. But I just know that my son was let down for sure.
Well and truly, I know about your life. Don't fool yourself, man. We live in a kind of world that the country with your family, the country where you be and where you come out. Trust me.
Because when I went to the ministry and talked to them,
happening in our life. That's why you see me myself as I get to youth. That's why I don't want to be no illegal, no malice practice. I want to be clean like a whistle, straight like a one. That make you great, and your children them going to be greater. Stay empressed with the great empress.
Thank you.
And running.
Thank you.
Running, yeah.
And you know what's important, Lisa? Lisa, I realize that you would have raised your children well, because you have never said to me or said to the listening public that your children were unruly.
No, there wasn't. Although I get a little hard time with them now and then, but I could get that under control. There wasn't too much for me to handle.
No. In reference to the church, how disappointed you were with the church?
I was very much disappointed knowing that I was part of the 7 Days Adventist, where I give my life to Christ. And I went through that part in my life and tried talking to them to keep my son in school. And they disappointed him. I was really disappointed. And for that reason, I walk out of the church.
Cecil, you are 7 days, so don't look at me like that.
No, I'm so. I'll be very honest with you. I'm disappointed with my church. We believe in the tithe. We believe in paying tithe, and we said the tithe is for the works of God, and educating a child is the works of God. The opportunity that child would have gotten 40 years now, I'm sure would have been maybe given much more to his society. And so I'm calling the church and the elders of the church, the pastors of the church, the division of the church, the district of the church, that they should right the wrong. It's not hard to right the wrong. We're not asking for a check.
Right. Well, they need to right the wrong. Don't be so soft.
Yeah. Good evening to you, caller.
Good evening, caller.
Yes, Cecil. Good night.
Mm-hmm.
Good night.
I myself was an Adventist, and that is one of the problems I have with the church. I would stand up boldly and boldfacedly and tell them, if all you believe Christian education is the best, why it's so expensive? And why we could not put a committee together that when people cannot pay, that we would pay for them if we really believe Christian education is the same. But that lady's son is not the only son that go through that. A lot of children go through that, what the lady's son go through. And I'm happy to hear it out tonight, so they'll make the necessary changes.
Thank you.
Well, I'm calling on one of the members. I don't know if he's still a member, but he should speak to the elders of the church to make them recognize that it's not everybody will have the capacity to pay.
But what I love from one of the callers is that he said that at this time what she needs to take is the good for her, that she has her story and nobody else's story.
That's a unique story,
and that is a very unique story. And he said that he was he had several emotions. And with that several emotions, it got him to have a greater understanding of who that young lady is,
right.
You know?
But one of the things that I must say that draw my attention to what she said in terms of educating children and the ability of parents to pay school fees. I remember one of our guests almost cried and it created an emotional feedback to
That
me
way?
as well, was when he spoke about it. I'm talking about Superintendent Wicks,
Wicks,
especially
yeah.
with his mother who was mentally ill, and he going to the grammar school, and how he reflected on the principal who, he couldn't pay his school fees. So there are sometimes children cannot pay the school fees, and principals and school have to recognize that and be able to give them the ability to continue their education. I mean, this is a lesson for all of us, and we should learn from that.
Is your son still in the belief that he wants to continue his education?
Well, I know he having fun in what he doing. He have a passion for what he doing. So I have to sit down and ask him if he would like to do it again.
So I can imagine you as a mother, how painful it was
for her.
when that son had to leave school.
It was, because he looked at me like he want to reach his goal and I cannot help. And it was touching for me because I trying my best and things couldn't work out for me and I just had to give it up.
In that process, what did he do then when he did not continue school at that very early
Well,
age?
I was the one that couldn't have paid because I lost my job.
So to the extent you're giving yourself blame, is that? That's
So
what you're saying?
I couldn't have paid, but I tried getting help otherwise, and I didn't.
That's a lesson. And we must take it very seriously. Because I remember in the other case where women themselves having been forced, they may have to go and sleep with a man to get the money. I mean, I have to say it
Well, I
bluntly.
try my best not to do that in life,
And so
because I never want fingers to be pointing at my children.
And I know that Wicks told us that happened to his mom. No secret.
Let's go back to the telephone. Good evening.
Yeah, Cecil.
Yes.
My mother first youth was James Greenaway. Never graduated with a life father. He had 2 7 standard certificate at home, and she couldn't afford to send him to school. And on his day, he has to work on one tally, and work in a bakery. I had 2 double standard certificates, and she couldn't afford to send him to high school, I just showed you how it could let it grade.
All right, and thank you.
Yes, still. She had, like mother have now 2 PhD, in the family.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And yes, and 2 master's degree and bachelor degree.
Mm-hmm.
So I just showed you how things changes.
Yes. No. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. We have another caller.
Right, yeah.
Because
Good evening.
you're saying that you had a guest that talked about prostitution of his mother and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
To tell you the honest truth, these things crossed my mind many of times,
Uh-huh.
It did.
What gave you the strength?
Because I just tell myself, boy, I don't want my children growing up and people pointing fingers at them. Because it's going to be uncomfortable, especially I have 4 sons, not even 1 son, 4. And you know how boys can be real sensitive about their mother. So I try my best not to do it and to fight my hunger. Because even male friends that I go to and try to talk to them about helping me, and they want my body in exchange for money, and I decide no. And up to this day, I will say no. So there are a lot of guys out there. Yes, it's true they are willing to help you, but in exchange of your body for money.
And more and more, I'm understanding the individual who called and said that you have your own story
to tell.
Because you could have gone out there, sell your body to solve some of the
because
problems.
it crossed my mind many of times, and I just tried to fight the demon inside of my head, and I said no.
Very interesting.
Because I tell you, in this hard economic time right now in Dominica, even up to this day, when things will be real tough, these things will cross your mind. So most women out there putting themselves into prostitution, I cannot blame them. And you cannot look at them at any way, because some of us might be stronger than the other, but then everybody looking for a form of survival.
So you consider yourself as an independent woman?
Yes, I would say that every day.
Very interesting.
I would say that every day.
Boy, I try to wonder, if the church itself had the heart to see a young boy, especially if he was doing well in school,
Very well.
that the principal and the teachers would not have made a cause and say, why can't we not give him a scholarship?
Right.
Very well.
I think.
Because at one point in time, Cecil, I had 4 of them attending high school. 4. And I couldn't afford to buy all their uniform and books. And I went to the Rosa Credit Union and spoke with them and took a loan. And I got somebody to sign for me. And although they are not in school, up to this day, I'm still paying.
You're not in
Just
school.
to try to help them to go to school. Because I didn't want to leave none out.
Wow.
We have another call. It's fast and
Let's
furious.
take a call quickly. Good evening to you, caller.
Yeah, good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
It took time, boy.
Hey, lady, let me just start by wishing you all the best on as we celebrate, or the women celebrate Happy International Women's Day.
Thank you.
That program is very appropriate. It's a unique story, and it's according to one of the callers, it's your story. I also tend to identify the SKB accent, and no wonder your children love sugar water, because the sensitive is like sugar. But while you're having that conversation on the spiritual side, when you were guided up to Taro, I'm just listening, and I just try to contextualize your saying. I think that was the passage of the Red Sea, when the Israelites went across the sea. So that's where hope was, the beginning of hope. But I got 2 questions for you. One is, did you ever try the International Airport project in sourcing some form of employment during your struggles? And number 2, I know, what is it? Number 2, did you in your pursuit for help with God or trying to ascertain your salvation? Is that the time when you became a newly baptized Seventh-day Adventist, or were you fully engaged in spiritual activity while you were in your struggles? That's all I want to ask you. Thank you.
In regards to the airport project, I didn't. But when Dominica Strong was in Dominica, I went to them seeking a job, and the man told me I was too short to drive the truck. And about the 7 Days Adventist, I baptized in the 7 Days Adventist. I gave my life to Christ at the time, so I was into the 7 Days Adventist. And when my child passed the common entrance, I chose to send him to the 7 Days Adventist secondary. And that's where I got let down.
You see, and someone is asking, could she not send him to a government school?
Well, she was a church member.
Well, because I was a member of the 7 Days Adventist Church, I give him the priority. Yes, to go to the 7 Days Adventist secondary.
I'm happy that you answered this way. I would have answered the same way. By virtue of your conviction of your church.
Yes.
You feel that your child would have gotten the same equal educational opportunity, but you wanted the spiritual aspect of that child.
Exactly.
Right. So I agree with you. I like the answer. Yes.
Yeah. Well, most people who go to the 7 Days Adventist Church always want their children to go to that school, to promote the school and the church as one.
No, but also, the school has a very good
and the education system
value.
Yeah. Right. So I hope that the policy will be guided by the ability of persons who want to send their children to school, who go to the church, would get priority and be able to get special concession when they are not able to do what they're supposed to do in paying school fees. So that's something that the church could look at.
But they are positive, though, in all of what you're saying, Lisa. What are some of the kind of positive that you get out from your story?
Well, it's to see that I could take control of myself and do what I have to do right and stand for my children, not only for me, but stand for my children, and to see to that I can give them what they deserve, even if I couldn't give them everything. So me taking the stance to stand firm and be there for them was a blessing.
And what story in all of this that you see that your children can get or got out of it to make them a stronger child or stronger children?
Well, they got a lot out of my story. Honestly, they got a lot out of it. Because even now they're making children that they treat their children differently and try to protect them with everything they have. And they look at me like not only a mother, but somebody above them all because of the struggle.
Yeah, very interesting story. Well, for International Day of Women, obviously, Cecil, I think you chose the right guest. Because basically one can learn and one continues to learn. And look, the calls are coming in fast and furious. Let's take another one.
Good evening to you, caller. Please lower down the volume of your radio, please, caller.
Your radio. It's too loud.
Okay. Brian, good night.
Good night.
evening.
Good night, Sir Luther.
Good night, Mr. Cecil Joseph.
Good evening
night,
to you,
Teacher
sir.
Luther. And how are you?
As an educator, I would not like that one to pass me. You know me?
I know you.
I want to ask the lady a question because she mentioned about she had to go to the credit union to get a loan and all this thing. My lady, I want to ask you a question. At the time when your boys passed the common entrance, were they given scholarships at the credit union, at Dominica and Duasco and those other places, the businesses? Were they offering scholarship for the students? Yes or no?
I wasn't sure about that one because I never take note of what that was happening in the system.
Okay, all right. You know why I asked that? Because when I listen carefully to your story and how you struggle and so on, because there's a thing Cecil knows and Mr. Adam knows. There are scholarships now they're giving for children in need, special children who have need. Even though there are two brothers and the parents cannot afford, they call it scholarship for needy children. So that's why I ask you that question.
Well, I'm not sure if they used to have it at the time because if I go to the Ministry of Education and speak to them and they knew somewhere that was giving scholarship, obviously somebody would have said something to me, but everybody keeps silent.
Yeah. You see, that's why I ask. Because I myself, as an educator, I have got scholarships for parents who had children in need. Because I didn't write. I went to the manager and I spoke to them. They gave me a form and I filled it and they got it. That's why I asked you that question. Thank you very much.
Thank you. No, what role did the father play? While we blame the school, we blame the Ministry of Education, what role did the father played in that
None at
child?
all.
None at all. Did you reach out to the father to explain to the father why that assistance should be?
No, at that time I had no communication with him.
Okay, all right. I asked that question for someone who asked, so I hope the person got the answer. You know, all right. Brain.
Yeah, very interesting. Well, I know now within the credit financial institutions that they provide scholarships, as Teacher Luther said, for parents who cannot afford. But I do not know whether at that period of time, that they would have had that facility where they were giving scholarships to children who were in need. I know they give scholarships now for that. And I also know that some of the scholarships are given to members of the credit union. I do not know whether it's being given to all Dominicans, even if you're a member or non-member. I don't. If there is a special need, I really don't know. That we'll have to find out.
No, Lisa. In reference to you moving from Baytown, that's what it was called, right?
Beethon, yes.
Beethon. There's a difference between Baytown and Beethon?
Yes.
I'm not sure.
Yes, I can tell you. Beethon is down there by where the infirmary was, where Curtis has the leather shop at the back there, on the side there.
Where Duasco has its building.
It's no longer there. In fact, they have moved them to Yam Peace and Stock Farm. So the entire community has moved. And the other one is more or less in my area down in the Portsmouth area by the boathouse. In those boathouses there by Claude and Randy.
Okay.
Just there. That's a difference there.
No, I want to know when you went to Stock Farm and leave. Was there any difference between your life in Beethon and that of Stock Farm?
No, it didn't change.
So let me ask her that question. It's very interesting. Were you, when they moved from Baytown to the
Stock
other
Farm.
area, Stock
Stock
Farm,
Farm.
did you move with them?
Yes. I moved with them, but I did not get the house at the time because my aunt was living in the house where I was supposed to get, and somebody else was living in hers. So I had to do a lot of walking to the housing division to try to get my house. So it took me a while before I get the house.
We'll come back to that. Let's go back to the telephone quickly. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Cecil, first time I call in that program since inception. I listening to that lady there because I watching it on my TV in my room. And I know that lady, and I never knew that lady go through all that hell and back. It has some crucial mothers. I can say that straight up because myself have a crucial mother. But it has some crucial fathers.
So you know this, you know.
Boy, your mother hearing you, boy?
You're crucial too, you
No,
know.
but why ain't there? But I mean, come on, we been really, we damn black. Who's that thing? We do hiding nothing.
I agree. We're not hiding anything. Lakou.
Check. But it has some crucial fathers because myself, if I had a proper father, which he assume him to be proper, maybe I'd be a better person because he want to play like he next to Jesus Christ. He can help sing, but he's a man. $50 used to give my mother when I was going to school, and maybe when I wanted the help for my education now, if I'd get it at the time, maybe I'd be flying plane with the kind of a brain I have. And now I have 2 children now, and he want to play like his grandfather of the year. And I don't afraid to say it. I don't want to see nothing sickness, nothing death. Ends with Irish. Bye bye.
Boy, that Lakou, boy. You're not an easy fella.
Boy, you're not an easy
Should
cat.
we apologize for him?
Boy, the man gave his story. The man gave his story. The man gave his story. So
that
what can
man
I
crucial
say?
boy.
The boy says his mother is terrible.
Yes, boy.
But his father
is more terrible. Boy.
And the man called him a name, you know.
Boy, we should apologize.
No, the man said, someone said real talk.
Yeah.
So Nisa, you're talking about where your grandmother lives. That's the portion of house that was built in 1997, 1998.
Somewhere around there.
Yes, these are the houses that you're talking about. That you try to get one of the houses.
Well, actually, my name was on one, but where I was supposed to get, my aunt was living there. And where my aunt was supposed to get, somebody else was staying there. So I had to do a lot of walking to get them into their correct position.
Mm-hmm. And your granny's still there?
Yes.
Okay. And you said nothing changed. But what in the community now that while you live there that you felt that you could help yourself to maybe go to higher heights?
What in the community?
Yeah, what in the
when you moved
into that community? Okay. What you felt you could have done different?
Well, just stick to yourself, stick to myself, take care of my children, avoid my children going to certain places in the community because living in Stock Farm is like more a problem zone, I should say. Any little thing my children do, people want to come and complain and those kind of things. And I couldn't take those frustration. So to avoid all those stress, it's better my children stay inside and it will be okay with me. So when I had to go to work at KFC, because I got the house during the time I was working Valley Engineering and KFC. So when I was working KFC, I used to ask my mother to take care of them for me. And she told me that I had to pay her to look after her own grandchildren. So it was tough because I seen that I couldn't take any money from the $200 and something fortnightly that KFC used to give me to not even pay my mother, much as for somebody else. So one time when the bus dropped me up, she had them by her, and when the bus dropped me up, And I asked the bus driver to go to my mother's place to pick up my children. I meet my children outside on the veranda sleeping after 11 minutes to 12 in the night. And her house fell closed. And I was wondering what's going on. And when I went to check them, they were curled up into one another because they was feeling cold.
That's the first and the second?
All of them
Wow.
were curled up into each other. My last daughter, she was the smallest and the slimmest, so she couldn't go in between them, so she had to lie down on top of them. They're dirty, Pampers leaking, everything. And when I saw that, I asked the bus driver to go because I couldn't put them on the bus to bring them home. So I asked them to go. I walk with my kids, and I tell myself, you know what? The best place for my children is in my house. So I used to actually lock them in my house, leave food on the table where they can reach, and go to work. And then when I come back, no matter the mess they make, I would clean it up, but I would feel more comfortable in my spirit that I don't have nobody complaining in my head, or I'm not frustrated over what people do.
But this was rough, man, comrade.
But that's rough life. I mean, but it's very important that this story is told because women out there who hurt, we know, we don't know.
In regards to my kid's father, my last set of children father, when I was living in Portsmouth with him, my kids was going to school in Portsmouth. But then after we break up, I didn't transfer them to Roseau as yet. They were still going to school in Portsmouth. So I used to put them on a bus every morning, and he would bring them down when school over. But because of his bad mind that we're not together, he stopped picking them up. So those children decide they're coming down to town. So as small as they are, there was hitchhiking ride to get to Roseau. And somebody saw them on the road towards Coconut Beach and called the police. Now, when I saw the time my kids not coming home, I just want to
tell the caller, hold on the line, right? So go ahead.
So when I saw that they're not coming, I actually take a bus, look for them because their father not answering his phone. And then as soon as I reached Portsmouth, I was arrested for negligence. That they say for neglect. So I'm telling the police what happened, and I tell the police their father normally bring them down. But no, they don't want to hear that, so they build a case against me for my children being on the streets at that time. So anyway, they had that case going on, welfare involved, everything and stuff like that.
You want to keep people in suspense still? Let's take a caller quickly, and you'll tell us about that in a while. Let's go to the telephone. Good evening.
Hey, good evening, Cecil and Brennan. Your name is Lisa?
Yes.
My girl, nobody have, let me tell you something. Cecil will tell you, I'm a character being there, but nobody.
You're a real character, you know.
Break my heart like that, man. Your story, my girl, you are a special woman. You're telling you. I tell you, man, you're special, my girl. You're special. And let me tell you something. There's a place for you in heaven, my girl. You see you?
Indeed.
I don't know, man.
You're quite emotional, man. I've never heard you so broken, man.
Thank you. Keep it up, my girl. One love. Blessings. Yes.
Thank you. Lisa, you're talking about the court.
And
the court for neglect.
Yes. And they did all what they had to do to try to take my kids away from me. At that time, I turned a beast because I was fighting everything in my way because my children not leaving. So they sent this welfare man to investigate me. I just forget his name. And he did. Yes, I living at my home, I work in, I leaving my kids in my house. They going to school, everything, what and what not. But he didn't want to hear the side of the story because he was determined to take them away from me. So, to tell you the honest truth, I put them to sit down. My kids listen to me up to a day like today. And I tell them, hey, they want to take all you away from me because of you all being on the road hitchhiking ride. But if they do, wherever they put you, frustrate the person. Salt look like sugar, powder look like flour. Make sure you mix it. And I used to, honestly, I tell them mischief because I didn't want them to go. And when they brought me in the court and I spoke, the magistrate understand me and she dismissed the case and she asked me to leave with my children. And soon after I leave with my children, like a day or two after, there was a police week in Mount Bruce. And the disappointment that they wanted to give me actually turned into a blessing, where I was home in a petticoat because I used my clothes to make bed for my children to sleep. So when it's nighttime, I actually spread all the clothes for them to sleep and I stay in a petticoat. But at that time, the police came knocking on my door and I was wondering for what, because I just walked out of the court. And he told me, hey, we need you to get to Mount Bruce now. So I just threw clothes on me and I took my children to Mount Bruce. And then when I went to Mount Bruce, they gave me a hamper. So the disappointment that the welfare division and everybody else wanted to give me actually turned into a blessings.
Wow, that is a nice story, really good story. You know, that the police officers themselves felt your pain and wanted to reach out, and they did.
Wow.
But Lisa, I know you for a very long time, but
you never heard that story
tonight
before.
giving me your story, you know. Someone said it's bedtime then. Someone wants to go and sleep. You know, I don't want to go and sleep.
Yeah.
But
So,
your story is
Seth?
too intriguing. No, hold on. I know you like to go in your bed at 7 o'clock. You're 75 years old. but you know, people need to hear the story of Lisa. That's important, you know, because Lisa, I'm sure, has championed the cause for many, many women out there, not just in Dominica. If one person said that they were able to send your podcast to other people, share the live, and so I know that there are many other people that are actually looking up, you know. Tonight, steady, you over 275. Steady. Lisa, so I've never had that before. So
Let me ask a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Your first child is how old now?
He's 30.
And your last one?
She's 24.
Oh, well, that's wonderful news, man. In terms of...
I have $6,000.
$6,000?
Yes.
How do they look at you now?
Oh, like a model.
A model. I like that.
$6,000. You have
Yes.
another caller? Cecil?
Yes, yeah, a caller. Good evening, caller.
Hi, good evening. Calling back again. And that is so true. I'm listening to Lisa's story. And even when we used to be at Beethon, she was never inviting her children to be out, play with people. She always used to have them in, give them the food and bathe them and always have them to themselves. And that is so true about her story. She never wanted her children out on the street, always inside, give them all the food and the stuff and inside, and she didn't the hustling. Bye.
Thank you. Well, someone just said that, Lisa, this story is the best story Cecil ever had. Lisa, your story have made you a rock star for making it through that tough time. Your strength is inspiring, and this experience has made you wiser and more.
Well, Cecil, let me just make on a lighter note. When I saw her driving the bus, and sometimes she's in her, her shorts, I never knew she had all these children. I never knew you had a child 30 years. And
Lisa doesn't look like that, right? She doesn't look like that at all.
When I look at her physiognomy, I said to myself, no. You see, you never know what a person looks like because her body doesn't look as though she have all these children. When you see her driving that bus, 30 years and 20-something.
Someone said that, Cecil, bring her on next week so she has more to talk about and speaking out to get also therapy for her.
Well, but she has more therapy.
I
mean, that
listen,
sugar water.
After all what you said,
well, that sugar water.
Listen, after all what you said, you still have more story?
Yeah.
Well, Cecil, life goes on, you know.
Life goes on.
And things happen.
Yeah. We have another caller, Cecil.
Good evening, caller.
Good evening, what's up?
Fine.
Good evening, my brother.
That's a friend of Lisa's, that on the mouth. That's Chad. That's Chad.
Hi, Chad.
Chad.
Good night, what's up?
I'm good.
Tonight.
You gotta go for a lot of struggles, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But what I find, your struggle, because sometimes when you look at women who go through all their struggles and you look at their physical condition, man, I find that you seem to have gone over that, and you seem to be, the engine is working pretty well the way you look.
And here's Dennis Gabriel says that, just imagine, I know her very well.
That's my
and
cousin.
I don't know quarter of what is happening. Mr. Dice, good night to you too, sir.
Uncle.
Yeah, Uncle Dice, good night to you.
Who's Dice? Which Dice?
Dice in Stock Farm.
Oh, Dice. I know him.
He's my uncle.
Okay.
Yeah. Dice like to talk.
I know he likes to talk. Yeah.
Boy, your hairstyle looks amazing.
Yeah,
thank you.
Can
My
you
daughter
imagine?
did it.
Your daughter did it. Wow.
Wow.
Cecil and Brain, best ever, Lakou. Bring Lisa back, best ever.
Who's calling that?
Sonia Charles said that. Sonia
Sonia,
Charles. She's in Antigua.
She's in Antigua.
I think Lisa knows Sonia very well. They're from Portsmouth together.
Okay.
So is she working now? Are you working now? No, she's a bus driver.
I'm a bus driver.
She has her own bus. I just wanted to say, not just a bus driver. She has her own bus. You know, continue keeping up yourself, young lady. That someone said that to you.
I trying my best.
Someone herself, Earl Hamilton, said great program. Cavella said you're watching her mother and you're seeing the woman wicked.
Yeah, she wicked. In other words, using the language of the ghetto.
Boy. Salt for sugar. Never get this old. I never get that one. Salt
for sugar and sugar for salt.
White sugar
and salt
look alike.
Look alike, man.
And flour and
powder.
Look alike, man.
I've never heard that before.
I will get to.
Well, I didn't want my children to go, so I had to tell them something. So when the person get frustrated, they would send them right back to me.
What? Sugar and salt.
Because that's all I have.
Sugar and salt look alike. Powder and flour
look alike. Wow, you're learning something new every day on the Lakou.
All I know, someone said, all I know, she's not lazy. She works everywhere she could find work.
That's indeed, good. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting.
What did you miss tonight in telling us?
I can't remember now. Maybe if it comes to my mind then.
Right. Well, we'll have to do another one of those goodies. Because we cannot cover all that story one time, sis.
I just want to say, Lisa boy, that was an amazing story.
Very amazing.
Did you think that program was going to be like that tonight?
No, because I didn't know what to expect. Mm-hmm. So I was kind of nervous. But then I get into it.
Are you scared tomorrow morning that people get at your mother?
Absolutely not. It's just the difference is people really gonna know who I really am now because I'm just that silent kind of person. People look
with
at
a
me
smile, with a smile every day.
People look at me as that girl that always smile and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Even sometimes last week, a customer came on the bus, and she said to me, "But driver, you don't have problems. You're always smiling." I tell her, "Of course I do have problems. It's under my smile, but what can I do?" And she laughed. Because I'm not a person to go out and just speak to everybody about what bothers me.
Someone said that she's an example of a virtuous woman, like that in the Bible, like that the Bible says.
Indeed, yes. That's what I call myself. And the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah.
And someone says,
and my 6 tribes.
Someone says that her colleagues on the bus line going to congratulate her tomorrow.
Oh yeah. When they meet her by the bridge.
Want to ask her how long she stayed in Portsmouth.
Well, I stayed in Portsmouth for quite a while, you know. I stayed in Portsmouth before and after my granny died.
Again, let's go back to the telephone. Good evening.
Good night, Mr. Cecil and Mr. Bill. I was listening to the program, but I fall asleep several times.
Sorry?
Yes, falling asleep. Listening, but I've been falling asleep. Falling asleep. What I question I want to ask is this. That woman or lady, she's from which village or town in part of Dominica?
Well, actually, I'm a born Dominican. But I'm a Caribbean girl, like I say. But I live in Stock Farm.
You are Dominican, but you're living in Stock Farm.
Yes,
And you're a bus driver.
indeed.
And you run as far as alongside the West Coast? No?
Well,
For,
as
on the
long
weekend?
as money talk, I roll.
Maybe I probably...
But I do the Jimmy line.
But sometimes you reach as far as the West Coast, call you
As
police,
far as
no?
Marigot, Portsmouth, anywhere.
Where the
Like
mo-
I said, once money talk, I roll.
Okay. Thank you
Well,
very
listen,
much.
now that I know you have a boss, I'll be hiring you ever so often.
Yeah,
now.
but
That for
Is
sure.
it a Toyota bus? Nissan?
A Toyota Hiace 2.4.
I wonder why.
Oh.
I wonder why all that question.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. I wonder why you asked that question. The last one. I try to get the link. You know.
Well,
Lisa, you think you want a part 2 of that program? Know that you're custom.
Not fully accustomed, but I can try.
You can try. The other one might be more grilling, eh?
well,
Excuse me?
The other one might be more grilling.
Well, she get the taste of the first one. Well, Cess.
I'm as strong as that, taking anything.
I mean, the messages on the WhatsApp is, on the Facebook is really running, you know.
I know.
So Lisa, someone said very interesting but emotional tonight. Congratulations, Lisa.
Very good. Let me see what this is.
Lisa, before I maybe make you say your last word, what do you think of tonight's program, Brain?
Well, I wasn't expecting that tonight. I mean, I saw you send me that, the program. I hear a lady was coming. I say, wow. But it was very exceptional. Well, it had 3 stages, very emotional, very deep, very honest, very frank about it. The other part I found was very, what I would call, you see a woman's love for her children, what she would have to do to get her children to do well. And it's still she's still evolving as time goes by. You can see at 40 she looks good and she's still working hard. So what can I say? It was a very good program tonight, exceptional.
I know Gritty cannot hear you tonight, but what would you want to tell your granny?
Well, I still love my grandmother. And I love you. And I want the best for her. I know that she's unable to help herself at this present moment. But I pray for God guidance and protection for her to live a few more years to come.
The young lady that is in St. Lucia is your sister or your cousin?
Which young lady?
The dancer, I think she was a dancer.
She's my cousin.
She's your cousin, yeah. Oh, she's your cousin. And I know that he has. Michael Green. Michael Green is her uncle too.
It's my uncle.
I know Michael.
Michael Green is her uncle. That is his son of Peter Green.
Yes.
Yeah, it's her uncle. And Finella, that's her name.
She's my aunt.
Finella is your aunt.
Finella Wenham?
No,
Finella
Green.
Green.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could maybe tell us your aunts by mother.
Well, Finella Green is the only one alive now. My other aunt is dead. She died sometime last year.
Which one?
That's Teresa White. She used to be in the States.
Okay, So you have Finella alone alive?
On my mother's side.
On your mother's side?
On my grandmother's side, to say.
So your grandmother only has one child now alive?
No, she has Michael, Finella, and my mother.
Okay. And by your father's side?
My father's side have a whole ton.
Okay. And you happy who you are?
Indeed.
And you're happy that you are able to bless other people to really make them understand your struggles and how they themselves can make their own story.
Yes.
Give us your last words, Lisa.
Oh, well, my last words goes out to the young ladies out there who is going through their struggles, their pain, and refuse to talk about it. I mean, I know it's hard to talk about it. I know it's hard to let go. But sometimes you just have to put it all at your back and go on with a smile. It might be hard for you to talk to somebody in relations to what you're going through. But then if you sit down and talk to God, He will make a way. God was my strength, is my strength, and will always be my strength. Because He's the one I look up to in times of needs when my children was younger. Because I take that verse of scripture where He said, He's the father to the fatherless. So in spite of their real father not being there, I always used to tell them God is always on our side. And I teach them to know about God and learn about God as they're growing up. So, yes, it might be hard for the young girls out there who are going through their struggles and has children, maybe not as much as me, but please be there for your kids. Don't ill-treat them. Love them, because maybe that's all you have is the love of a child. Because right now I'm proud to say that my kids love me as much, even knowing that the struggle I'm going through, I like an egg in the center of them, because they try their best to guide and protect me and not let nothing harm me. So it might be hard growing up a child or two children on your own, but God will see you through. So I need every young girl out there who going through their struggles to put their trust in God. Love your kids, and God will see you through. Like He said in the Bible, let the little children come to me and do not turn them away, because the kingdom of God is theirs. He will open a way, and He will make a way for you one day. That's my final words.
Well, someone just said, Curtis Matthew, this is a news clipping for you. I want to say to you.
Curtis wanted me to come on the air, and I duck Curtis so many times.
Yes. Look, somebody trying their best to give you a last call, he says.
Boy, let's go quickly. I'm sorry, the person has gone. Good evening. Good evening. The person has gone.
Yes.
The program was very interesting. A great lesson to each and every other. God said in His words, He will not leave us nor forsake us. Help the faith. Keep the faith, Lisa. Yes, He will. And the Father look after all His children. Let's take that caller quickly. Good evening. Good evening, caller.
Good evening, Cecil.
Good evening.
Good evening.
And how are you?
I'm doing fine, sir.
Good evening, Brain, and to your guests.
Good evening.
Well, long I haven't heard that voice, boy. Is that Mr. P?
That's P.
Can disguise your voice, my brother?
P.
You can say what you want. Let me tell you, I hope Valda is listening, and I'm hoping that Valda can use as a guest speaker at the next women program that she holds every year. So I'm looking forward to she being a guest speaker at the women's thing that Valda has. So I hope she is symposium. So that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Very good
sir.
program.
Yeah. Lisa, I told you when I spoke to you yesterday what was going to happen, and I'm sure tomorrow those persons who have your number, I will not give people your number. I shouldn't say it that way.
Well, it's okay,
it's okay.
You give somebody my number, because I'm a business person, so you never know where that number can lead me to.
All right. So I know when I come to Dominica, I will go on his show. Well, I really want to say to you, Lisa, that you helped in the rating of my program this evening. You allowed people to know your story. You gave other women, and not just other women, other people who have been going through a similar story that you are actually going through. This program, Lakou, is not just another program. It's one where people share their life. And you don't get that in radio for such a long time, from 7 to 11. And I want to say to you, thank you for sharing your story, Lisa. Your story means a lot to many people, especially when you spoke of, the attempts of trying to get yourself off this earth. And even when the attempt was made by others to get you off the earth, you didn't realize that you were here to give a story. You did not realize that you are here to make others be stronger. And I know tonight when you go and sleep, your heart will be lighter, because you have made many other people know that there was a person with almost the same or even worse than them, and you have given some people life. And I really want to say to you, you made this program tonight a very great program. And what is really good about the program is that you were able to speak about God so many times, the intervention of God. He's speaking to you from your workplace when you were fired. He's speaking to your brother when the cover of the plate fell. When you going to put the rope in your neck, God found himself every time. When you found yourself in Kinfield going to run in front of the fastest car, you did find one, but you know what? The car driver stopped at an appropriate time so that you could be here today to give your story. But you have always given you have also given some positive aspect of how we can take life and what we can make of life. One of the things that I'm very proud of is the fact that you're able to bring up 6 children who have not found themselves in the mouths of many other people, to include the law, found themselves in the courts where they would have broken the law because of the upbringing, because of what you're able to tell them and how you're able to show them your struggles. They are being children of the law. They have been children that will help others to be better and stronger. And so I really want to say to you how thankful I am, in giving many people that hope to live. Such a wonderful person you are. I've known you for many, many, many years, from the time you were the age of 17, right, Lisa? 17, 18?
Yeah, about that.
Yes, and so it's almost 40 years. 40? Yes, 41 years that I've known you. And we have been friends. We have both never disrespected each other. And I really want to say that I appreciate you. I want the world to know that I do truly appreciate you, and thank you for your strength. God bless you and have a good night.
Thank you.
All right, so we were listening to Lisa here tonight speaking to us, and I'm sure that many of us received her blessing. So as we say good night, I just want to go across to BBC World Service, and God bless you, everyone, and let's have a productive week as we continue serving God and as we continue serving our country. Love you all. Bye-bye.
Can also happen to workers on formal arrangements.
They get a contract in, for instance, Colombia, Peru, or Ecuador. They go to Spain with a specific time limit in which they can